Well, we are back with our day 2 of College Football 27 streams. And unfortunately, today we aren't starting by jumping straight on into the game action. We are jumping in to talk about something that has really kind of taken over today, a little bit into yesterday, and you're going to notice it over in the top right-hand corner, the hashtag CFB Play Don't Pay. With that being said, we're going to pause up this music for a moment because we've got a chat. And I'm going to bring up the big face here because this is a serious conversation, right? If you haven't heard, EA has decided they are going to remove, they have removed the XP sliders in both Road to Glory, which we will be getting into today, and the Coach XP slider in Dynasty. These were things that were both absolutely necessary because in Dynasty, if you wanted to fully upgrade your coach, you had to bring in some more XP. You needed that fastest option if you wanted to eventually get your coach fully upgraded, right? And that is just going down certain trees, not unlocking everything in every single tree. In Road to Glory, we found out last year that it was basically impossible, no matter how good you played, to really upgrade your player enough to get yourself to a team that could possibly take it to the playoffs, to the national championship, if you were starting as a 2-3 star player, right? No one always wants to start as the 5-star. That's easy mode. We like it difficult, right? But we needed that XP slider so that when we played well, we won the Heisman, we won these awards, it mattered. Our player upgraded and we got better offers to go to schools that really did matter, right? Apparently, EA didn't think so. But when I say EA, I'm not talking about the devs. This seems like a higher up decision. Someone in the corporate office decided they needed to make more money. So they have decided to remove those slider sets, those options in the setting menu, and have instead installed a pay to win. You could pay real life money, and with that, you can get XP to upgrade your players and to upgrade your coach. So they basically put things that were already in the game behind a paywall. I've said it a million times. I'll continue to say it throughout my life. And no matter what it is, whether it's this game or anything else, if there is something that should be or is already available, it should not be put behind a paywall. This was something that was already in the game. It was something that was necessary in the game, and they put it behind a paywall. So you will continue to see in all of my college football all my college football 27 videos, hopefully until they fix it. We will continue to have the hashtag up in the top right-hand corner as just, a little protest. This shouldn't be in the game. Unfortunately, it is. I will continue to bring it up as we go along. And as I mentioned, hopefully someone at EA decides to do the right thing and to fix it. Whether they give us the slider set or not, take out the pay. It's ridiculous. I alone paid $90 to get this game 3 days early. I could have paid that in the past and got it 7 days early. So they already put a little bit of a paywall there. They got the membership in there. This is heading in a direction that it shouldn't be. I'm going to leave that up there. Hope you guys share that as well with yourselves on any social media. If you post anything about the game, make sure you are including that hashtag because it's ridiculous. But there are some good things. The devs, they did some good things, and we're going to go over that today as we do get into Road to Glory. So let's get that music back pumping here. Let's try to have a good time, but also make sure we don't let EA take advantage of a community that has been very supportive of this game. I mean, look at how long we had NCAA 14 alive. Like, the fans kept this alive for 10-something years. And now you're just trying to charge them extra. It's ridiculous. I'm moving the mic over. Apologies for headphone users. We're getting into Road to Glory today. Definitely do leave your thoughts on the chaos of it all for sure. And we'll continue to talk about it as we go. But the devs, right? The devs did some good things here. We asked for a lot when it came to Road to Glory, right? And some of the biggest things we asked for was the expansion of different options when it came to choosing our players. And well, they definitely did that for us today. We will be using Heisman difficulty here. We'll be bumping this up to 9 minutes. Everything else is just going to be straight base game. We'll see how we like it, how we don't. Obviously, we already talked about some, or specifically one kind of setting that they removed and stuck behind a paywall. So because of that, we will not be going with a 2-star like we have been doing in our Road to Glory streams. We're going to start with a 3-star and just kind of see how that goes. Now, this is not going to be our actual start of our true Road to Glory. Just like yesterday, when I said we're not starting our dynasties, we're not starting any of our actual series until the game fully releases on the 9th. They already, I think, put out one patch. I expect there'll be another day 1 patch, as most games typically have. That will be when we start our true series. We're just testing things out today. Now, talked about all the new things added. Quarterback, running back, receiver, and I believe linebacker and corner were the only ones we previously had. Well, now we have free safety, we have an edge rusher, and we've got the tight ends. Now, I plan on using a tight end, just as everyone seemingly has to start our actual Road to Glory. So we're just going to jump in with a quarterback here, just to give us the biggest options of what's going on here, see what is actually happening. As for the player himself, this information doesn't really matter. Again, we're not going to be doing a whole lot, but we will be making a change to the name, and that is going to be for cash considerations. Everyone knows cash considerations. You heard about the whole glitch where you don't start at all, even when you got the start. Yes, that was something that was slightly there in 26. We had that happen with our Palipo Kanoa series, right? Or where we transferred and they're like, oh yeah, you will be, the starter, you will be the second string or something. And just frankly, it didn't actually end up happening. Actually, you ended up moving further down, I believe it was. So, yeah, that's why we're not starting any of our actual series until the game fully comes out. And even then, there still could very much be some problems. So we'll just, again, continue to play that by ear. Hopefully, we have a smooth playing one like we had with a Mecha KO Day. If that's not the case, we'll just have to start new ones until we get one that works. Again, like PK, and then moving on over to our running back one. All the rest of that seems fine by me, but we're going to rock with cash considerations. That is a note towards MLB, if you guys aren't aware of that. If you're not big MLB fans, a lot of trades happen. Player goes somewhere, and what was traded for was cash considerations. That's what they say when they don't want to divulge how much money was actually paid. Now, this is another new thing that was introduced. You can use a Legends build or create your own build, so you're not having to choose a specific archetype like what we had in the last couple of years. If you wanted to go with something like build a legend, Johnny Manziel, Steve Young, Cam Newton, Michael Vick, Vince Young, Andrew Luck, Drew Bledsoe, Pat White, and Tim Tebow. Those are going to be the legends you could choose from. Or again, I could even go and separate them by the actual archetypes, which is fun. We're going to go more so just to test it out, the custom one, because I want to see really how that feels, how that looks like. Body type, fine by me. Give us actually a little bit of a... Interesting, so it limits the type you could have based off of your build. And that does affect the ratings too, which is interesting. If you go standard... Someone explain this to me. If you are thin, why do you have better trucking and strength than a standard build who I would think would be bigger? That doesn't make much sense. And the standard has more speed. That's weird. We're going to go with the standard, though, and just kind of play around with this. That's what these streams are from yesterday, today, and tomorrow. They're just kind of testing things out a little bit. So we have 2,250 points to work with to basically build our own mold, right? And I know I want to make sure we've got some speed. I don't want that to be capped at 27 or whatever that was. So let's give this a good boost. I'm going to say cap us around like an 89, I think would be good. We spent a lot of points there. Throw power has got to be better. Oh, whoa, now. Okay, so first note, you cannot go around and use both these sticks to move things up. Guess we'll just leave that at where it is now. We'll make those adjustments later. So you can only use the right stick, so no going faster. So have there been mod ideas for getting new animations? for positions like QB to combine regular and mascot throws. I don't know. I don't pay much attention to the CPU stuff because I don't play on computer. Don't have the excess money to continue upgrading all of that, right? Though I have considered it in the past. Now let's cap the arm here at 92. I have heard some things about some CPU modders kind of going in and finding that there is still the slider that EA took away still on the back end of the game. It's just how could they potentially access it? And then it's just CPU who would have that back. The rest of us still stuck behind the paywall, which is really unfortunate. We're going to be spending most of our points here and upgrading the passing. Obviously, we are a quarterback. Get these up to some 90s here. Deep ball. Want to make sure we got a good deep ball here. Around 95 seems to be pretty good. That's where they look to cap us anyway. We'll just boost these ones up all the way. Play action. Got to make sure we have some play action in there. Get that up to around a 90 here. We are now under 1,000 because we're spending a lot of points here. Make sure the carrying is up there because we are definitely going to be running that ball around. Injury and toughness is going to be important for us if we are indeed running around. So let's make sure we keep that nice and high here. Max that one out. Power, I don't think any of these really matter as much for us. We're going to be looking a little bit more towards the juke, break, tackle. Change of direction, I think, is also going to be pretty important too. Get that capped around the 90-ish. I mean, honestly, with the points they give you, you could really max out a lot of these. I want to make sure that break sack is nice and high. And what do we want to spend the last few on here? Probably get spin move up a little bit more. Speed can continue to go up. All right, so that'll be what our build's going to look like here again for this test. We'll definitely be getting through high school for sure today. Get on into making our decisions, and obviously we'd be here a long time to try to find out if we could fully upgrade our player here. I want to say that I think it was C4 did a test on that and found it's basically impossible to fully upgrade your coach and your player without paying EA money, which again is why we got the hashtag up in the top right hand corner. That's for choosing our abilities here. I would always say in-game recovery is probably huge here, so that's what we're going to go with. We're going to go with some adrenaline. Leadership ability, composure loss, composure late in games, weather impacts, composure gain again. I personally don't like the hot routes being a little weird, so we're going to go with headstrong and brand. More composure. So basically now you get to choose between the composure or weather resistance. So let's go with, I don't want more volatile. We don't want our guy to be hot-headed. That's for sure. Let's go with Road Dog. Good place to start here. Here's our quarterback. Cash considerations from Gooding, Idaho. Now, I did obviously get a pre-order in. Didn't pay the highest tier, but still paid around the medium tier. With that, we do get a little bit of some extra starting XP, but that is the only extra we get without having to physically pay EA more money, even though we all paid them around $100 for this game. Trey Averill, coach, so it looks pretty much exactly like what we had to start last time. A set of which schools will be your top 100. It'll be nice. No need to be mean to coach. All right, so let's set up our recruiting board then. Typically, what I normally do is just add a few teams from each level, right? So from 5 stars, let's go with Ohio State. Add in a few 4 stars too. Again, I don't imagine we're going to be getting calls from any of these schools, but we will still toss a few of them on. I'm trying to think of schools that would be more up for us having a running attack and possibility to start. No, BYU has a young quarterback, so probably not there. I feel like, no, Washington does. They sued their quarterback to come back. That always creates a good relationship. We'll toss USC on there. Got to get to 10 different schools anyway. Go with UCLA. Feel like they always have a good running quarterback. Or decent running quarterback, that is. Toss on some Florida schools. I do always like Arizona State. Don't know why, just always have. But now getting to some of these smaller schools, more likely for us to go to. Like we could go with like a Cincy. We do need just one other school to our board here. Go play for Bill Belichick. Could be an option, or we could go for a smaller school. Something like San Jose State as our backup option. I think that'll be a good start here for us. So it's a random board for sure. We got schools from all over. We'll see which one ends up liking our play. Again, it's been a little while since we played with that quarterback with our PK series. It did get bugged out. Hopefully this one doesn't get bugged out, and we actually see a decent little bit of upgrading. Again, though, with that behind the paywall, just really unfortunate. Just really unfortunate. I believe they also expanded your high school career as well. Tape score before each game this season. You'll select a amount of things you're doing. Yeah, so it's the same kind of thing basically as what we did last time. You're just selecting different events, so you're not playing the full game. Basically playing key moments, play now moments. Hey Cash, hope you're doing well. This is Coach Dave from Ohio State. We'll be tracking your performance this season, but I'm going to be honest with you. You really have to earn a scholarship for us. Yeah, we figured. That's why you were just the top one on the board. Which starts to make me wonder in this year, considering, again, you have to pay for better XP boosts here. Read this quick. Notre Dame, everything's going well up front. Currently considering quarterback priority. Fine, yep. But considering we don't have that option to upgrade our player even faster with the XP sliders, maybe it would be better to go to a bigger school and sit for a while and practice, right? And just the daily weeks, just do the XP, because at that point your health doesn't matter because you're not playing anyway. Something to consider, and something we could kind of try out perhaps today. Maybe we could get through this all rather quickly. You do still have to go into the practices, so maybe not. We'll find out. You will be ineligible. Yeah, it's fine. Offline, fine. Just another thing. Paywalls and whatnot shouldn't be touching solo modes at all. We have 4 different things we could choose here. I always look to find which ones have the biggest boost, so definitely the RPO Pro. Full package also looks to be a good boost here for us. Basically, we'll do all of them but the In Control, because they all give us the better boost. Now, as we hop into our first game here, we will go ahead and pause up that music. Trying to do my best to remember to do that here for us. Now, it looks like the same intro as last year. Nothing new here. Rather zoomed in on my back there to start. Yeah, pretty much the same intro we're used to here, so nothing fancy for the high school, as we're playing some high school ball out in Idaho. So we're just looking for a completed touch pass or lob and gain passing yards from the pocket. Very simple, so that tells me we're looking to pass the ball. Hate that set. Let's go over to the... There we go. That's a little bit better. Give me the concepts. That's how I normally call my plays anyway. Cash considerations. Now we will look to change up the camera a little bit here. Give us a better view of what's happening across the field. That's a lob pass complete for a big gain as he hits the outside 40, 30, 20. Why we're both wearing navy, who knows? But we've got a one-play touchdown drive for cash considerations. You really want some modern... Hold on, let me zoom in face-wise here. I didn't even take down my cam. I really want some modern to try and make a story mode or story mod that has cutscenes in between the games. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking that they would do. And now that we already scored one, let's take down that face cam. But I was thinking that they would introduce a little bit more story modes in between these, like what we have in Madden, right? With the cutscenes. It just didn't happen. Pass lead for completions, complete 15 plus yard passes. All right, so we're looking to pass this time a little bit further down the field, it seems. But I'm not sure how well mods could insert things like that, but it is definitely something they could look to do. So we'll lob that one over the middle here. Already got a pass lead for completions. Now we just need that 15 plus yarder. But yeah, I think they could add that story. Basically, again, just like they do with Madden, certain cutscenes, talking to the media. Instead of the wear and tear system like what they did put in, that's a risky pass, and that's intercepted for cash considerations. Trying to find that 15-yarder. Deciding who should or should not be practicing during the week or playing in the games very well could go down to cutscenes, right? Meeting with the athletic trainer. Should they play, should they not? Things like that, but they didn't do it. Pass for 20-plus yards on RPO plays and score a touchdown. Do we not have RPO plays? Because there we go. Okay. About to say, that would make things a little bit more difficult here if you don't actually give me any RPO plays. Now, it does want it on passes. Do have a good little read out there if we get it out quickly. We are still up in this game, 13-10. This drive is going to be all about the RPOs. See how fast our tight end is. We go out wide here, let him get some setup. Receivers trying to put down some blocks. Leave us with a 3rd and 4. Not a whole lot of RPOs. It looks like they're kind of ready for this one. They got the man spread out wide there. Looks like this could potentially be with that outside leverage, a Tampa 2 here. Yeah, he slides inside. We'll flip this one outside. Good block there from our receiver. We got a 1st down. Only 14 yards so far, though, on these RPOs. Little orbit screen option here. I don't think our running back did much to break that tackle. We actually lose a yard, so negative progress. All right, let's change things up a little bit. Get some options potentially go downfield. Not exactly sitting in press. And this one off. Not a good job there. That's one thing I wasn't a big fan of with these moments you have to play. Because you have to play for certain things, right? But then it just really narrows down what you're able to do. Same thing when in just the normal play when you don't have access to the full playbook. Bring this out wide. Bad block there from our receiver, and we don't gain much of anything there. So that is just fails across the board then. Need a post route or post hot route / stem completions hot route and score a touchdown. But at least that does open up things we are allowed to do here. But I guess that does kind of make sense. In high school, you don't really have quarterbacks as much as calling whatever it is they want to do. Under pressure here, we got to roll out and chucking that one away. We don't have nearly the arm strength, apparently, to get that one downfield. That was 3rd down? Apparently, we should pay attention. Got to pay attention to the downage. That's our first game, and we actually went down. We are now considered a 2-star. So not great. Reaching out to see how you're doing. Been really enjoying watching you play this season. Are you sure about that? Okay. Put on your story that this is your new top school. Sure, why not? At least a little bit of some new options here besides just nice answer, not nice answer. Interesting. So we lose some progress for other schools because of that. Okay. I'm down for that. Get it over the next week then. We got to bounce back. That was a rough first game there. I think we only actually completed 30 some odd % of our goals. Cash considerations, looks like he might be going to San Jose State. Lane, hey Cash, college entrance exams this week. Want to join? Sure, let's study up. Schools like that, good news. We seem to score well. Again, we're kind of running through some of those a little bit quicker. We got UCLA. We've been watching your tape. Think you could have a future impact despite your star ranking. Appreciate that. Are you willing to show us that this week? You got it, coach. UCLA heading on over to Idaho. And still chatting up. We saw we make your top schools. Great, but we do want to, or whoa, hey, still reading there. But we do want you to know that we can only recruit you if you meet our academic standards. Okay. I think that was something that was newly added. Yeah, we'll make sure that we're doing exams. We'll pay attention to school this time. I mean, we did a decent job of that last time. That's fine. Offline mode. We don't need everything online. Where's the UCLA one? Got to have that one in there. A lot of green with the adjust the play. We'll get Screen Machine. How about Blitzbreaker? The thing that said Declo. We got any Idaho people around? Idaho football. Boise State Broncos. Or I guess what, have the Idaho Vandals, is it? You got one of the a few domes in college football. Cash considerations, headed out, started QB. Coming off a rough game, and we open up this game trailing. Avoid sacks, complete 15-plus yard passes. All right, so let's maybe look for a little bit of some play action, get on the run a little bit, get outside. Open up our view a little bit here. Got to make sure we can actually see our receivers. As they do look to bring that blitz. We'll pass outside. For an up nice gain of about 10, first down. Still have to get 15-plus, though, on one of these. Avoid sacks. Feel like we kind of did that there, but they don't give us any love for it. Avoided a sack there, too. Still no love for it. Not sure what they want from us. Now, if they're bringing those blitzes, let's try to then hit them over the middle with some... What are you doing here? It did that yesterday. I don't know why. It ignores some button presses and then uses other ones. I don't know. Throw this one out to the flat here. Love to see one of our guys make a move in open space. The 3rd and 2. Got to pick up the first down here. Somehow avoid a sack, even though I feel like we have. Or maybe that's just completed at the end, so we just can't be sacked. Led that pass a little too much. Well, we avoided the sacks. I don't think they're going to count that. Okay, they did. We at least get the 50 points there. Rough start continues. Screen passes for 10-plus yards total and throw a screen pass for a touchdown. Prefer the halfback slip screens. Blue trail by 7 here. The screen out, blockers in front. Some space for 13 finally, who still doesn't understand how to juke or spin or do anything. He's a north and south runner. A little tight end screen action here. Good double block there from the tackle. We got the first down with that. Gotta make sure we take advantage of it right now, though, the fact that we do have the full playbook to our arsenal rather than just a few plays that really limit actually calling good plays. Fire this one downfield. There we go. Nice, good gain. Close to 15, but we still really haven't gotten any gain of 15s outside that first pass we tossed for the touchdown. Going to go with a little bit of some hurry up here. We got a edge player playing in the running back field. We got a wide open man this time. Hooking up, just don't get the touchdown because we need a screen pass for that. You're going to start picking up some of these big plays and taking advantage of these moments. Don't like that. Can we hot route? Yes, we can. Or audible, I should say. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to count that as a orbit screen, so we'll go to the slot receiver. Now we could look for another halfback slip screen. Use the 3 verts on that side to try to draw everyone out of the way. Leave Hakeem open underneath, hopefully with some blocks. 2 big men in front. He cuts this one inside. It will be down to the 5. Not quite to the end zone here yet. Now, bubble screen, or we could go with more of that orbit screen. See if we get the block on the outside there. 44. No, he goes inside. We toss this one outside. We need the wheels. Hakeem for the touchdown. There we go. Full drive complete with goals as well. Tying this ball game up. Now we need a hot route a receiver and complete a pass of 10+ yards. Avoid 3rd and 6+. We do start with a 1st and 10. Okay. So first off, I'm thinking go with a curl, right? Get that 10-yard quick, though that is supposed to be a hot route. So how about I cheese it? Hot route to the same thing that was already being ran here. Safety comes down, and that one's a little too tall from Cash Considerations. Got to make sure we pick up at least something here. Got to avoid the 3rd and 6+. That means we need at least 5, I'd assume here. You can't have a 3rd and 6. No hard counts? Man. There we go. That one's on the mark. 3rd and 1 then. Now, again, I wouldn't mind going back to some of these curl routes. One with a post in there would be nice. And, sure, you know, let's shorten that up. Need it real quick. There you go. Get that catch. Turn up. I don't think that's going to be 10 unless it counts the yak. We've got a touchdown as we take the lead. Give me 2 completions here for Cash Considerations. We hot routed, and that was more than 10 yards. You leave your thoughts on that. Should that have been a check or no? Now we need a pass for 50+ yards and complete a pass of 15+ for UCLA. I feel like we've had time here, these drives. Haven't been under a whole lot of pressure immediately, so we might be able to look at some things downfield. I can't check. That's really unfortunate. I just want to see what my matchups look like outside. Risky throw is going to be caught. Good job from the edge, playing some running back to break the tackle. That's our first broken tackle from a running back. We'll say at least so far, gameplay has been pretty smooth. As we loft this one over the backer's head, 98 once again putting in that work as he is picking up a whole lot of run after the catch. Flipping the field, we take it to the oppo side. They mark him down officially just by the 40-yard line. We're at 46 yards passing here so far. Under pressure, but getting rid of that one before the sack can hit completely. Feeling like a screen pass here. Go back to that slip screen. Just need 4 yards. Under pressure, that's another one spiked into the turf. Although some high schools, I feel like Idaho would be a place that would utilize real grass. Again, if I got any Idahoians? Idahodite? What do you call a person from Idaho? Either way, if you're here, let me know. Grass fields or turf fields? We throw under pressure, but we got a man with a blocker in front, and he gets that block. We've got a big gain down to the 2. Good news, that one was not for the win. But we have completed all of our goals here. We just got to get this one into the end zone. We haven't done much running yet. I would like a simple read option. I say simple, but they're stacking the weak side here. Double A gap look as well. I did not say a hard count. Spin needs some work there. It needs some work. Now we go back to the pass. Some spacings. Second and goal here. Might be looking at Barnes or the tight end. I'm not giving a hard count. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Under pressure. They brought, I believe, 5, maybe 6. It hits home. And it's now third and goal, back all the way at the 14-yard line. Speaking of 14, let's send him on a slant. I want Gillette there on a drag. Gideon, give me that right there. And I needed a half second more. We had our tight end, not tight end, 14, breaking on that slant. So we at least still complete both of those for UCLA. We just didn't get a touchdown on that drive. And we officially have our first offer coming from Purdue. Scholarship offer, I'm assuming that is just showing the maximum or what they are expecting out of us. Kind of leaves a little bit of some vagueness. Maybe if I read this, will shape you not only a career, but also the direction of our program. You've earned this opportunity. So I think that is how much you can grow in each aspect. That's what I'm going to assume. We also get the offer here from Rutgers. For some reason, I almost said Rice. But we do get at least our backup offer in San Jose State. It's just a very limited bit of growth there. That would definitely be a one-stop shop. But UCLA with the offer as well. We're definitely moving up on some boards. Wake Forest joining the party. We jump up a good bit that time around. We dropped down to a 2-star. We're now a mid-level 3-star. As we work on over to the next week, let's get that music back pumping. And why don't I just come back in here to say hello? And for those wondering if you've joined in here late, why we've got a hashtag CFB play don't pay up in the top right-hand corner. If you missed the news, college football and EA decided to take away the XP slider from us so that we can develop our players faster and actually reach higher overalls, and they stuck player upgrades at least quicker behind a paywall. So that is why that is up. We do get another offer, and it is for ECU if you wanted to go to the opposite side of the country. UTSA also chiming in with the Bulls as well. We talked about some Florida schools. So after one big game, now some schools are like, who's this kid from Idaho? I haven't gotten a chance to tell you about how impressed we were with your recent performance. You should already received your offer by now. But on top of that, we had some time to talk it over, and we all agree you deserve an increased scholarship package. Hopefully this shows you how highly we think of you. Does that mean NIL? Who knows? Perhaps. Scholarship bonus increase. Find the latest on our recruiting board. So we'll check that out here before we jump into the next game. Coach, though, you're starting to get some attention from some quality schools. Realistic about manager top 10 list. Got it, Coach. I'll say so far, I mean, it does seem a little bit cleaner. Hey, man, are you going to homecoming? We're going to skip it and work with the trainer. I went to many homecomings, and I don't think it was necessary. We got to prove we belong. You will now have a +5 throw on the run for our upcoming game. Keep that in mind as we decide who it is, or what it is, what moments we want to try to play, right? Let's see. I don't want to commit, but I wouldn't mind moving some of these guys along here. Let's get UCLA and Oregon up there. We do have an offer right now from San Jose State, so we'll get them on the board. Florida State seems interested. Arizona State also seems interested. Cincinnati, though, might be the next to give us an offer. Florida, a little bit more than these other guys. In fact, I think USC just a little bit ahead. That might be just a optical illusion. And yeah, you can't add anyone else to the board. That's interesting. Okay. So right now with Oregon, we're looking at a number 4 scheme fit. No. We're pretty much fit any scheme, but that's fine. Not a scheme fit for UCLA. So they want us. They're just not quite sure that we'd actually be playing much at all. They even have us still as a QB4 for San Jose State. And one thing I think it is new that's added, you can actually look at their recruiting board. So you could see, yes, scroll the right stick. They are looking at 3 different quarterbacks. However, we are the only current 3-star. UCLA. I believe they said quarterback's not high up on their radar. They do have a junior quarterback there, a couple junior quarterbacks, but maybe not as much of a need. Dante Moore, I imagine, does go to the NFL after this year, and they are looking at a couple of more high-tier quarterbacks than us. So, kind of helps give you an idea of what the options truly are for yourself before you decide where you go, which I think is something nice. Now we've got Middleton. Again, I don't care. Leave me offline, please. So we have play or increased throw on the run, right? So if we go with something more on the outside, that could perhaps be a thing. Don't throw an interception. No incompletions. That's not on me. That's on my receivers. Lead offense into field goal range. Complete a pass. I like that. Don't throw an interception. Seems to be pretty big on these. Although that perfectionist does have some good bonuses. Outside the lines. That would be a little bit more on the move. I like that. We're going to toss that on there. We got the +5 for that. Decent one there. Now we're down to one of these two. It all comes down to not throwing an interception or not throwing a single incompletion. Now, last time it didn't actually count my hot route, even though I did hot route. So we're going to go perfectionist. Why not? See how well it works. See how well it doesn't work, right? That's why we're here. As we head into another game, let's pause up that music. Let's remove the face because no one needs to see that. Got ourselves another home game. So what, this is our 3rd home game? I'm trying to remember back to old high school days. What did we play, like 7 or so games in the regular season? Either way, we're looking to pass the ball here. Let's start with some medium passing or deep passing based off what I hit. Running out of time, though, here. We took too long. Unable to get my camera set up. And how about I just use all this yardage right down the middle of the field, sliding down safely. And now we should have a little bit more time here. So let's get the cam back to where it should be. Do have some nice press coverage on the outside here. However, he just gets absolutely bodied. Bro, try to step up 25 with some speed to help shut that play down. Ooh, I'm actually going to take off that one. Just replying to a work thing here real quick. Give me just 1 second. Why is it not letting me take that one off? Oh, no. Let's go back. Almost said yes to a 5 a.m. shift, which means waking up at about 3 a.m. for me. That's a big no. Although, they might be good for that. The 2nd and 11 here. Get the motion across. That was actually a sack. I thought we stepped up well enough. Going to slide down here with another 1st down gained. Normal time shifts. There we go. There we go. Got to get paid, you know? 1st and 10. We're at the 30. Complete a 20-plus yard pass. We're basically going to have to take shots to the end zone here. Need some better blocking, which we're not going to get, and we don't throw it away there either. I hit the button. Just didn't do it. Now we got a little bit more yardage to work with, though. Got to go mesh. Love a good mesh. Gideon might be our one option here for a more sure 20-plus yard gain. As he's got that inside leverage, perhaps a little bit too much of a lead there from cash considerations. Drive started good with some runs, but this was about passing the ball downfield. Haven't quite gotten that. It is 3rd and 23 here. We're going to toss this one out for our tight end, and he brings it down 4th and inches, coach. You got to let us go for it here as we hustle back to the line. See what we're working with. I just need something simple out here. Might be checking down to Hakeem, 4th and inches. It's Akeem, and it's incomplete. Couldn't hold on through the double hit there. Didn't like the plays we had called up there. I wonder if we could have hit a timeout and still had the option to go for it. I figure probably not. This is, though, a big one. We got 2 times 3 bonuses. So we got to make sure we get this done. Complete passes outside the hashes for 10+ total yards, and then for 25+ total yards. So we're just looking for 25+ in general. Steel City, love your commentary. You just got us some. Hey, I appreciate it, buddy. And this is just the live format. It's even more commentary in the actual edited ones. Of course, that series will be starting. The edited series, the edited Dynasty, will be starting on Thursday with the team reveal. As we got to step up here, getting that one completed over the middle. It's not outside the hashes, but we avoid a sack. And that's one thing that I have mixed reviews on with this whole goals way that they try to get it done. In the past, it was just overall performance, right? Is how well you played. And that's how it is when you actually get into college, right? Based off of how well you do is what your team grade is and everything like that. It's just not in the high school level, but I feel like it should be. Because, you know, when guys are actually recruiting players, they're not like, oh, you know, you might have thrown for 5,000 yards, but they weren't outside the hash, right? A little mixed reaction there. As we look to pass outside the hashes here, stepping up, lofting a wobbly ball, but it's caught around the numbers. Take that back, actually. That's a drop. That was a beautiful pass. On the move, dropping it in. That's where that extra work, avoiding homecoming went. And nothing to do with the fact he broke up his girlfriend right beforehand. As we look to step up here, pick up some blocks. Cash considerations inside the 40. Still need to get the passing to the outside here. So why don't we go back to some mesh? Now you got to let it sit a little bit here. Make sure they get outside the hashes. I mean, I got to just take what's in front of me, right? Though technically we don't need a touchdown this drive. We are just inside the 25, so we would actually have to lose some yardage to complete this, which is, again, ridiculous. The first down gain here, that's at least going to be the 10 yards outside the hash. Now we could just make things worse for ourselves, take things back about 4 yards, then make sure we get the touchdown via passes on the outside. Oh no, sack. This is why players are betting against their own teammates. Talking about Sorsby. It's things just like this. He has goals he needs to complete. A little play action here. Toss this one back to the pylon. It's covered well. I try to have that angled a little bit more inside. Didn't quite get it. Looking for some corner routes here to help open this thing up. Gideon, you're going to go on a full-on slant here. I need to bring everyone inside as much as possible, too. So let's, in fact, just send Hakeem upfield here. Send Olaseni? Sure, that's what we're going to go with. I need to have him a little bit further downfield. Jump ball. That was basically passed just to the cover man. Well, we're going to get at least half done there. Again, that's why I don't like the goals, because it forces you to play a certain way. Now we're just looking for yardage, doesn't matter where. Get into field goal range. We do have some nice boosts as well for some of the higher tier schools. This is a more of a realistic drive. It's 3rd and 6, though, as we take the field. Trailing by 3. I still don't have a hard count. Under pressure. This one's lofted, and it's incomplete. 4th and 6. Give me one more play here, coach. We're in the 3rd quarter. I know it's risky. And that's just a double fail. That's unfortunate. Now, this is the perfectionist. It's going to be tough here. No interceptions. No incompletions. So maybe we just run this ball. We trail by a touchdown here. About 2 minutes to play. Looking to send this one perhaps to overtime. As we bought ourselves just a little bit of time there. I don't like how the receiver came back there, but he still holds on. We get a gain of 9. We need a perfect drive here to go win the game. A little bit of some play action. And a big hit from 25, ripping through. That's the second time today he took away a lane I thought I had. Barnes did not get a good release earlier in this one. Plus, he's got safety help. We got a wide open man, though, down the middle. And diving attempt is incomplete. We're still going for it here, though. That was a bad pass. The line don't block that good. Yeah, they never do, especially in Road to Glory. Your line is made to just be awful. Down player, broken tackle, getting to the outside with some room to the 50. This game is not over yet. I honestly have no idea, too, if we won all of our games at this point. But a 1st and 10, we're just going to assume we are undefeated, trying to keep this game alive. Off the back heel, lofting this one downfield. It drops in the bucket, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Mustangs. What a throw from Cash Considerations. Get some extra bonus on that one as well. End game. We're going to say we won. It's like, whose line is it anyway? The points just don't matter. But we do get that offer from Cincinnati. Leadership is already seeing a pretty good jump here. Iowa State Cyclones stepping into the race. Northwestern as well. That one definitely going to be a lot more academics. We do get Vanderbilt, another academic school. And we go down. Did they not watch that touchdown at the end? I don't know how I feel about that. Ryan Day. Hey, Cash, Coach Day with Iowa State Buckeyes here. How's your final year going? Look, we saw you put us in your top 10. That's awesome, but I'm just going to be honest with you here. Right now, we don't consider quarterback one of our priorities. That is fine by me. Yeah, no negative there. Or you will now need significantly better recruiting tape to obtain a scholarship for Ohio State. Okay, so it's not really they lose interest. They're just not interested in the position, right? Play the triple option. Eric, I need you to go check out our, in fact, let me bring my face up here so I can talk directly to you. How you doing? If you haven't seen it already, if you're new to the channel, make sure you go check out our Kent State Dynasty we just did on College Football 26. We made our own custom playbook, which was a pistol triple option. If you like triple option, we stayed with that throughout. And it did vary a little bit at times as we brought in a new OC. And that OC definitely liked us to be a little bit more spread option, but we still kept that triple option in there. As for Road to Glory, we can't really decide what it is we're going to be running. It's just entirely what the school is running and what plays they give us to utilize. So, but hopefully we'll see something good here for us and actually give us an opportunity early on. Wasn't expecting for the face cam for that. Well, we normally bring back the face cam in between these games anyway. But I just felt it was a good time, to go one-on-one conversation right there, right? Mississippi State, a school that very much needs a rebuild. And apparently you don't need any academics to go there whatsoever. Speaking of triple option, Navy. Who knows? Do we go midshipman? Right now we got Coach Bill Belichick calling us, or maybe his girlfriend. Are they fiancé at this point? I don't even know. Are they even still together? This is a weird situation. Coach, quick thing for you to think about. You're more of an in-pocket guy. Are you sure about that? So you should really try to look at schools that will showcase. I'm pretty sure my running is capped around like 90-something, so I don't think I'm a pocket passer. Let's give a confident answer. Everybody wants me, Coach. Don't worry about it. He's getting a little bit of an ego, right? Hey, Cash, Coach. UCLA, when watching your tape, we think you'd be a gem in our recruiting class this year, but we want you to prove it. Challenge this week. I'm pretty sure we've already done one for you. I guess we could do two. Highlight moment accepted. Another one for UCLA. We might become a Bruin here. I'll get right to it. There have been a lot of great players to put on Bruin uniforms. Program excellency, and you'll love our coaching staff. You're obviously earned the scholarship we offer. We show blah 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 blah. Yeah, confident answer. I know I'll do some big things for your team. I'm here to play football, right? I'm not here to read. I think he probably just wants us to move UCLA up to the top. And honestly, at this point, probably a smarter decision to do that. Move up UCLA, San Jose State, and Cincinnati to the top. Arizona State could be another fun team to go play for. Florida should be put in front there of Oregon as well. Everyone is saying quarterback 4 right now. Now, obviously, if we go to UCLA, we would probably sit a year. I would think we could be a starter at San Jose State, but I guess we don't know for sure. We also have different tape score for some of these teams. That's interesting. All right, we'll go on to our next moment to continue testing out Road to Glory. And for those who have joined late and wonder why we got the hashtag CFB Play Don't Pay over in the top right-hand corner, that is because they decided to hide a little, or I should say sneak a new feature in, which is you can no longer adjust XP sliders in Road to Glory to upgrade faster, or your coaching XP in Dynasty to upgrade your coach faster. Instead, you could pay them even more money than what you've already paid them to play the game to upgrade faster that way. So we are basically protesting, letting them know we're not happy about it. So that is why that is up, and will continue to be up on all of our College Football 27 videos until hopefully they fix that. As for what else we're looking for here, Notre Dame, Florida getting some nice boosts here. Do have a mostly green with the setup, so we need one more, and well, it looks like it's going to be this one. There's a lot of green on that one as we go play against Meridian. Once again, we'll take down the face cam here, turn off the music as well, as apparently we don't have away games. There's one stadium in Idaho, and that is where we're playing. Post pump fake completion. Double tap a receiver icon. All right. Pump fake, then complete a pass for 10 plus yards. Okay. Sounds pretty simple to me. Just got to work on the pump fake action, which is honestly something I never really used much. You got to catch the ball, my guy. If it's in your wingspan, you got to bring it in. Give him an error on that one. See if we get their receiver screen set up here. 12, I wouldn't put him on the outside. He doesn't seem to be that one-on-one type of guy. He might be more of a slot motion kind. 3rd and 7 here. A little pump fake there. Run over this way. We just need to get the first down here. Cash considerations. Coach Averill, how do you think about that one? Pocket passer, bud. Like the opposite of the Lamar Jackson talk. Oh, he's just a running back because he runs well. I pass well, so I'm just a pocket passer. There we go. That's after the pump fake. Give me a double check on that play. We flipped the field. Yeah, honestly, I'm not even sure how much the pump action actually helps you out at all. If that does get anyone to bite. But no one getting open here. Cash consideration. He rolls outside and cannot fully cut inside, but here he still carries another guy for an extra couple yards. Call that a first down scramble. We hustle back up to the line here. Pocket passer takes the snap, and, well, he breaks one tackle. He then gets popped by Miles. Looking at a 2nd and 9 here. Well, I did not do a hard count. I don't know why it's been doing that. We roll out here. We have the backside throw, but we're just going to look to almost pick up the first down there. Referees don't give it easily. We got a goal line set. We do. Quarterback sneak. Got that new meter in the game. We weren't able to use this yesterday. I'm not sure if we did that correctly, but it worked. it looks like it's no longer just them actually just straight up diving down to the ground, which I guess is fun. We're going to send ourselves out wide here. Look to pick up a block, showing that we could do it all here. Cash considerations. Getting downfield, picking up a block, and I think we lost some yardage. You know, we try to let our teammates get the job done. It just doesn't always happen. We'll go back to the backfield, and this time we're the only one back here. Empty set, second and goal, back at the 11. We got a man inside. That's a touchdown for Cash. We take a 10-point lead here. That's a nice double completion. Plus, we get the extra for scoring and all of that. Complete a play-action pass. Complete a play-action pass of 10 yards. All right, pretty simple. Now, if this was a real game, the running or the defense would not bite on the run game at all because, frankly, we're not running the ball at all. And taking a hit there. Try to find the tight end. Probably shouldn't have flowed to the left as much. Cash just doesn't like what his coach said about being a pocket passer. He's a do-it-all kind of guy. Needing to roll out this time, though. He's got a man downfield. 2 or 3 of them, at least one of them still caught the ball. We get a double completion there. All right, then. College football. What a thing. Hey, I appreciate the hashtag CFB play don't play or play don't pay. Man, the amount of times that's going to get me is going to be a lot. Oh, big swat. Number 17. Yeah, make sure you guys are sharing that hashtag. The more and more EA sees it, the better chance we have of getting them to fix it. Which shouldn't be a hard fix. Again, I mentioned earlier, I had heard some things about, again, I'm not hard counting. Just snap the ball. Big block there. Awful run. But some modders had already been looking in the back and have seen the fact that it is still there to have that XP slider and whatnot. They just basically hit it and then put a paywall in front of it. So make sure you're sharing anything you do with college football, whether you're leaving it in comments of anyone's videos. I mean, EA needs to see we're not happy. Cash considerations on the move. 3rd and 9. It looks like he's going to be about a yard short. It tells everyone to get back to the line here quickly. All right. We're going to trust our defensive end here with the carry, and he just got lit up by probably the other team's running back as well, number 27. Now, we do still get the completions there. We just don't get any of the extra possible bonus points. This is for UCLA. We want to become a starter there. We got to prove ourselves. Throw a passing touchdown and complete a pass of 15-plus yards. This is for a 6 times bonus. And we're going to start here with some spacings. 1st and 10. Back at the 20-yard line? 15-yard line. Bad choice on the return. Maybe this is coming after a punt. As we roll out here, we throw. That's going to be completed. 1st down. We got the 15 here already done. Now we just need the tutty. And also, I hit Y previously on this page, and it still went with the X play call. I don't know what that's about. Still was a decent play. It still was the kind of play I was looking for, at least. 1st and 10. They cover well downfield. We'll check underneath. Give our tight end some love. High schools don't typically utilize the tight end all too well. Often just used as an extra tackle. We don't like that. I say that as a guy who should have been a tight end on offense. Throw that one backside. Good throw from Cash considerations. I guess we know what his ultimate journey ends up being, a journeyman in the MLB. A multi-sport athlete here in college, or high school, I should say. Under pressure, and he's going to be dropped. The Orcas, they're getting some pass rush today. Also, why is there an Orcas team in Idaho? That seems a little bit off-brand here. Lofting over the middle, that's caught. That'll not even half, now more than half. That'll 3/4 the distance we need here. 3rd and 5. And basically 12 out there. This is not the play I chose. Not even close. All goes, why not? But 12, he's basically just a man out there just running space. I don't think he's had a single attempt go his way. Cash taken down again. It is 4th and 7. Come on, coach. Let me go for it. Let me go for it before. Come on now. That's for UCLA, my guy. Coach Averill. Once again, we're looking to pass outside the hash marks. No, between the hashes. Okay, that's what we do all the time. No problem there. We thrive in passes over the middle. But again, outside the normal, I don't like the goals mechanic here in Road to Glory. Get that catch. Let's go. The game is running smooth. We'll say that game is running smooth. Do they not count that as in between the hashes? I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, it just said hit the right bumper for on 2. It doesn't do anything. That's annoying. Over the middle once again, and 12 finally gets the grab. Leave some love for number 12. As now we get the +10. Yeah, I don't know. That first one was definitely in between the hashes. It was close, but it was still in between the hashes. And we're going to step up here. We could have tried to delay. We would have had RB over the middle. But we're not going to be greedy here. Let's change up. We ran a lot of our meshes. Go with some crossers. Kind of get a theme based off the kind of plays I like to run. And we'll step up here. Oh, that's going to be a fumble. Cash considerations. He took a wallop there. Once again, we just complete half of what we needed. And we do get the offer, though, still from Arizona State. We could potentially become a Sun Devil. Florida State joins the list as well. Louisville, Missouri. We got an SEC offer. Virginia Tech. The whole country has their eye on the man from Idaho. So there is only 5 games. I don't feel like that's that much expanded. Maybe a game or so, unless there's a playoff at the end. In which case, while we're here, let's go ahead and bring that face back on in. Get that music back pumping here. As we are potentially closing into the final few snaps here of our high school days. And we've got some serious offers out there. Again, doesn't mean that they're going to be for much of any good playing time. We might still be a preferred walk-on or whatnot. Another SEC offer, Arkansas. I'm noticing a trend, though, with SEC schools, and that's not high academics. What archetype did you pick? I missed it. So there are 2 different ways you could go about it now. You can choose a legend build, things like Johnny Manziel, Andrew Luck, Vince Young, Michael Vick, or you can do a custom one. And there is an allotment of points that you have to basically create your own skill caps. So we did the custom, and even doing that, you basically, I don't think we really had much of any caps. We'll show it when we get to that point. Do get an offer from Pitt, South Carolina as well. So, we have really spread out here across the board. But we did do a custom. We basically could run the ball. We could pass the ball. We could do anything we want, really. That was our build. Our staff really enjoyed watching you at the game. We went to recently. Objectives we gave you were arbitrary. We just wanted to see you play. Keep improving. Confident answer. But like I said, so far, everything in Road to Glory, it was a lot of what we were hoping to see. Things are pretty, gameplay is smooth. Still don't like the goals that we have. Didn't read all that. That's accurate. I didn't read any of that. Yeah, a lot of good things. It's smooth. We got more positions to utilize. We're not stuck to certain archetypes, right? But again, like we see up in the top right-hand corner, they put some things behind a paywall, and we're just not here for that, right? So, oh, we got to cut down to 3 schools now? Man, well, we know UCLA's got to be at the top. And just going off of teams that I honestly like, I got to put Arizona State in my top 3. I don't know why. I've just always been a little bit of a Sun Devil fan. Sun Devil fan. I don't know why that sounded weird. Sun Devils fan, I guess. That was probably why. But UCLA, that's like the top tier option for us right now. San Jose State is the backup if we want to go start, most likely. And then Arizona State's just another option that we could potentially go to. I mean, we're making moves up these boards, but this is kind of what I'm looking at right now. Not going to commit to anybody yet, though. We're drawing this out. Now, it says select your top 3 schools for signing days. I think this was the same thing we saw last year. It was like, select your top 3 schools, but there's no button here to do anything. So that's how you swap them out. Okay, well, I learned something there at least. But no, I like these 3 schools. We could just take a peek. I know there were some SEC schools looking our way. Take a quick recap. Mississippi State, Arkansas, South Carolina, and Missouri, all giving us that option. But there's not a way to see what they have on roster with this screen. So I still like the other 3 options, but yeah, it looks like you basically are just leaving it as is. And whoever you have at your top 3 is you choosing who your top 3 are. Should just be a way to select that. Again, EA is making us pay for things already in the game now, so why would we expect that they would fix that? But we've got one more game here for high school. This is senior night. Apparently we don't play our playoffs. And well, I see some big things here. I see some ×3s. What is this? Complete passes for 30 plus total or yards total. That's fine. And throw a passing touchdown. I mean, that's simple, easy. Take a quick little drink of water real quick. Audible to any play and gain yards. Standards not very high for San Jose State. Successfully audible for a first down. Why not? Everything else is going to be 2.5s. Looks like we got these dialed down pretty well. Let's head into our final game here of high school. Once again, we're going to pause up that music as long as I can click the right buttons and take down that face. Running a post under a streak route usually works. Yeah. Well, it depends on the coverage, right? If they're running a cover 3, there's normally still going to be that guy over the middle if they're handing off correctly, which I've noticed. Okay, this camera's a little weird. Which I did notice yesterday. They were running a little bit more complex coverages, and handoffs were happening at a better time. And by handoffs, I mean in-zone coverage as a guy's going through, handing off from your zone into the next man's zone. So making the throwing windows a bit tighter, which is great to see. All right, we're starting off with a bang here. The ×3s. We're just out here to have some fun. Final game here, senior day. A little new screen here. This is fun at least. Cash considerations with his boys. As we take the field here. I already have a touchdown lead, so we're feeling pretty good at this point. You know exactly where I'm going. Back to those meshes. Yeah, we're just looking to gain some passing yards and get a touchdown. Chris here having fun. Got our man 12 over the middle. Let's go. Big gain on the outside. Call it 12 or 13. Even better. Get a little pre-snap motion here. First and 10. And we got our man downfield. We're going to go back to 12 for all the 30 yards we needed on this drive. Cyclones don't know what hit them. There's only one acceptable walkout song for them. Under pressure. We locked that one out. We got a big gain on the drag. Always love a good drag route. Drags and zigs. Those are my go-to. Now we're just looking for that tutty here. Senior day, 2-score lead. Sounds good to me. As we step up in the pocket, we throw just in front. That was one of those moments that were like, we could throw or we could run. I chose to throw. Probably shouldn't have. Make sure we get a good slant there from Goda. See if maybe we get Barnes in that back corner. Coverage is good. We got him over the middle, though. Goda down to the 2, maybe to the 3. Need a passing touchdown here. RPO dialed up. I don't like the look of it. Shallow screen. All right, Barnes. Get you in there. Get your touchdown, buddy. All 3 catches for him this year coming on senior day. Cash considerations with a double tick on the goals. That's what we're here to do. We're almost a 4-star. If we max out everything in this one, we might become a 4-star. Complete a pass for 15+ yards. Get 3 first downs passing. A great way to get first downs. Mesh concepts. They're just so good. That's basically our Kent State passing attack, was just meshes. Now we are backed up just in front of our own end zone here. We're going to look to get a little breathing room here, show we can move around. Cash considerations, not just a passing quarterback, though he can get the job done. 15+ yard pass. A little shuffle motion from Hakeem here. And that took too long to get the cross. See, that's what I was talking about. That handoff point there, they've drawn that out just a little bit more. And that's meaning that even on these mesh plays, the windows aren't as open. Double A-gap look here. They back out into coverage. We had an open guy downfield. We still have an open guy downfield. There we go, keeping his eyes with his receivers. That's cash considerations. You don't like the goal thing either? Yeah, it's no bueno. Like, you already have it set up for the college just based off your performance. You get the grade, right? Just have that be the thing. That's what it was back in the old NCAA days. Stepping up in the pocket there to avoid as much lost yardage as possible. They're seemingly biting in now on the meshes, so let's try to slip in a halfback screen. Pun intended. That's a thing around here, right? We gotta love the puns. Get some blockers in front. Hakeem gonna pick up about half the distance. Still got a 3rd and 8, and we need a few more passing touchdowns here. I'm thinking a curl. Give me a timing route on the outside, though. Looks like we're not gonna get this ball snapped in time. Halftime. You know what I wasn't paying attention to? That would be the clock. Didn't think that was the thing we were paying attention to in this one. That's unfortunate. Successfully audible to any play and gain yards. That's right. This is a San Jose State special. All right, let's just call whatever random play. Change out of it. You know, give me an inside zone here. We just need to gain some yards. And that one off. Hakeem, hit the gap, please, and thank you. 2nd and 5. Basically, just call any play from a formation you like. Change it like to a mesh. That works for me. 2nd and 5. We need a first down here. We step up. Weird pass, but it's going to work out here. Our receiver is not going to like us too much with that, but that's another double check. Now we're just looking for bonus points. 1st and 10. That's not much of a play action. I don't know the receiver icons. I'm pretty sure that guy down there is 3. Or is A. And I tried to throw to him, and nope, didn't let me. That's fun. It was 2nd and 12 then. After what should have been a gain of about 20-some-odd yards, we actually lose some yardage. Throwing this one inside. Pick up a good chunk back. Leave it 3rd and 4. Good old cash considerations. He's the guy that PK wishes he was. That's a shout out there for the first Road to Glory we did here on the channel. Again, I did not hard count. Thank you very much. Get it, 12. Pass a little bit low, a little bit behind, but good enough. We got ourselves a 1st and 10 plus side 45. This is not the play I called. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I thought they were supposed to fix a couple UI bugs here, but seems to still kind of be in the game. Our tight end didn't want that one. And again, I hit Y there, and it still went with the X play call. So there's some things that do need a little bit of a tune-up. Do we dump this one off over the middle? We'll collect 7 there, call it 3rd and 3. Now give me a shotgun look here. I'm looking for a trips. Trips with the weak side back. There we go. Crosses E-curl. Put our tight end in the innermost slot. Still don't have a hard count. That'll be a simple step up here. Cash considerations. Looking to bounce this one even further. Tried to slip back in. He gets us down inside the 10. What a rumble there from Cash. Now, again, I selected a play here, and it didn't do it. I need these fixed before that day one, or at least on day one. Hand it off for Hakeem. What is this? We hand the ball off. We haven't done that all year. Bringing it out on senior day. Now, I don't like the hat count on the outside. Give me a read option. That's what I wanted anyway. We'll just hand this one off. Hakeem gets the job done. Mustangs with a 3rd quarter lead. Successful drive there. Now they're saying, hey, just go score, right? Finish your career off right. A walk-off touchdown. That's what we're looking for here. I would love to know where we're starting on the field. That would help dictate my play calls. Starting at about the midfield line. We got 1 minute, 11 seconds, 1 timeout. We need a touchdown to go win this thing. And I want this to be a corner. I need that to be a little bit further downfield, actually. There we go. Actually covered that one pretty well. We're going to roll out here, pick up some yardage. Good block there. We can scamper out. Cash considerations, looking for that walk-off dub on senior day. We're going to toss this one up. 14 with the touchdown. We don't even need to use that timeout, and the high pass actually worked. It normally doesn't. Normally it's just a throwaway. Cash considerations. You know what I think that play deserves? If you're enjoying your time here, why don't you go ahead and click that thumbs up for cash considerations. And also, while we're at it, make sure we are spreading the play, don't pay. We do get an offer from Auburn. We do get an offer from Florida, Illinois, Michigan State, Notre Dame coming in here late. And we get the offer from Ohio State. Oregon is now in the mix as well as the Trojans. We just had a clean sweep as we go to a 4-star. Remind you, after the first game, we moved down to a 2-star. So we made some moves here with cash considerations. And now does that change what our top 3 is? I mean, so it did finally adjust something. So we are still just a quarterback 3 at San Jose State. Everyone else, it is a 4-star. So I think San Jose State has to be in that mix. And if I'm looking at some of these other schools, you got a senior in Mikey Keene, but then a sophomore in Cutter Bali. So probably not going to be very favorable if we go there. They got some young guys here, or a young guy in Samaj Jones at Cincy. Probably not all too promising. Shane Willow and Kevin Sperry, 2 freshmen, Florida State. Honestly, Florida could potentially be a school who could use with a quarterback. More, I imagine, graduates. Abby graduate, or more going to the NFL. Abby graduates. Dylan Raiola, a junior, who we probably wouldn't play for a couple years there, which it was something we're considering testing. In fact, while we're doing all this, why don't we go ahead, play that music, Funky White Boy, and turn on the face cam. There we go. Not the same genre, though, obviously. We're playing a little bit of some rock and metal in the background here. Not, what would you even call the genre of, play that funky music, White Boy? What would that be? Funk? Pop? Something around in there? Maybe? I guess, well, no. Kind of depends on which song you're listening to that has that in there. There's a little bit of like a punk rock touch to it, right? I don't know. Leave your thoughts on that if you want. Ohio State, they do have a sophomore quarterback in Taven St. Clair, so probably not a good option. CJ Carr would definitely be there for at least another year. Yeah, I mean, hard to exactly tell where the best options would be here for us. What do you guys think? We're going to keep San Jose State in the mix. UCLA, they really liked us. They are, however, looking to bring in at least 3 other quarterbacks. So we would have some competition there. As for Arizona State, they're also looking at some other quarterbacks, but we would be in front of them, it looks like. Because they're all 3 stars. We are the 4-star. Cincinnati, we are the top option, it looks like, for them. We would be their top player. I feel like, whoa, not commit. Oh, that could have been bad. Meant to move them up. I think that would put them above Arizona, especially with that younger quarterback they have there. Better chance, though, again, there is still Samaj Jones. What do you guys think? We could also look to take out some of these guys, too. It's just an unknown initially. Again, we have other offers on the board. We did get an offer from Ohio State. Obviously, we know it's not a good likelihood that we're playing there whatsoever. If we did look to switch them out, did it do it? Oh, they were already in ours. They had the sophomore St. Clair. Yeah, it's one of those days, right? So instead of then 4 stars, anyone give us an offer who's not already on our board? No, surprisingly. Though it looks like we have excess tape score all the way out on most of these guys. So not sure why we didn't get any scholarship offers there. Auburn could be an option. Scheme fit is a B. Illinois. Missouri. Again, we could go play in the SEC potentially. Arkansas is in that mix. I feel like they have a younger quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. Louisville, South Carolina. Let's say we wanted to switch out with South Carolina. What are they looking like? Junior quarterback, they got a good freshman, Landon Duckworth. But probably not South Carolina. Guess we're looking at 3 stars, actually. Is Missouri a 3? Oh, we were looking at the SEC. That's what we're looking at. What about Missouri? Do they have a young quarterback? I know one guy specifically around here who would love to see us perhaps go to Missouri. They do have some younger prospects at quarterback. Austin Simmons, an 82 junior. Ricky Burns, 77 sophomore. I think the best chance for us seeing some playing time is going to be these guys, though. That's what we're going to lock in. We're just going to leave it with those guys. And we're going to move on to the next week. See what school we're going to. I feel like even if San Jose State does offer us that starting spot, I still would like to not be a starter for a year and test out how much we could grow not being actually playing and just speed us up, get the XP, because again, we got to figure out a solution, right? Because now we don't have that XP slider, at least for now. Hashtag CFB, play, don't pay. Loading screens seem to be taking some time, though, in this. Guess I'll take that as a good time to hydrate. We were the number 2 player in Idaho. Number 23 ranked quarterback. We were inside the top 500, though, nationally. Lincoln Riley victorious. So USC wins the Natty. Set mental ability. That sounds fun. Clear-headed, so it's just more composure stuff. Composure gain and loss is more volatile. I don't know why you would select that. We're just going to go with protection from composure loss, I guess. Sure. At least something new added. Top stories, anything big here? Player of the week, impact player. So USC's quarterback. Can't remember what year he is. At selection time, cash considerations. Is he staying on the west side or is he going more east central? Cincinnati, Ohio. I guess that's still probably central, if not north central. Stand up. Okay, got to hold the button to stand up. Are they going to give us any information? No. There is no information on whether we are going to get a decent starting spot or not. You know, there was one place that really made us feel like home, right? And I just don't believe that is Cincinnati. They didn't talk to us whatsoever. So we are actually going to look to toss them away. Right? Cincinnati, they said, yeah, we give you a scholarship. San Jose State, they said that we might get a chance to play there early on. But there was one coach who talked to us throughout the whole year. We're going to look to become a UCLA Bruin with cash considerations. And we're going to see how much we can improve while we are sitting behind some other players and see if that is an option for us, again, considering we don't have those XP sliders. So from Gooding, Idaho, we go to Los Angeles, California. Talk about a culture shock. I say that, never been to Gooding, Idaho, but I have been in Idaho, and I've been in LA. Not comparable whatsoever. So it's time we move on, and we're going to test out some things here. I want to say there was also a good rework they did to practice. So we're going to take a look at that too. Now, we've been going for about an hour and a half, so I'd like to get us through a little bit more, see what things are like in the college state here of college football. not just high school road to glory, right? So we'll see how it works. Also see what changes UCLA does, because that we, like normal, you commit before the stages of transfer portal and final commits and all that. So they could have looked to even bring in other quarterbacks. You get an achievement there. Select your hat of choice and begin your road to glory. Pretty easy one to achieve there. We at least have some new loading screens, a little bit more animations there to keep us bit more entertained. Wear and tear enabled. Gotta love that. We do start as QB3 for the Bruins. I want to say they originally had us as QB4, so we at least aren't starting at the bottom. Coach trust, though, neutral. We do have some extra plays and play count. No audibles, no hot routes. Can't even change protection. That doesn't seem smart. Also, we'll have a good chance of testing out the wear and tear for us in this one to see really how bad it is. Welcome, Cash. We're excited to see. I was reading that, Coach. Excited to see what you can do here. Mind if we go over a few things for the season? So really pick something in gear. Not sure now, but you'll have to balance football, class, and your social life. Make sure you stay fit. Earn coaching staff trust to keep you happy. Yep. Confident answer. Okay, I'm feeling like you need to play me early. You want to really see what I can do. We started off chill, and we are no longer chill. All right, so I believe this is where we could actually go into C. Upgrade player. Now, obviously, we've got some points to play with. A good bit of that is from the pre-order. Let's see if I could find where the button is. Increase attributes for purchase is grayed out. That might be the thing that's interesting. What is accelerate? Nothing. Okay. Well, I'm not sure where to find that button and even go purchase the things. It might be the thing that's grayed out of the top. But that is how EA decided their fix was for the slow progression. Just pay us some money, and then we'll give you extra XP, and you can upgrade your player that way. Boo, right? So we're not too happy about that. Okay, so that's actually how you get that going. And then how do you purchase? So it kind of reminds me a little bit of MLB The Show, right? You say how much you want to improve, and then it gives you your total at the top. And then you just upgrade it all at once. That's not great. Speed XP points cost so much this year. I would imagine so. They're going to make everything cost more, right? Because then the more it costs to upgrade, more likely people are to give them more money. Again, hashtag CFB, play, don't pay. That's my standpoint on it. We are 68 overall, but what I'm not seeing here is the option to go pay for those. Maybe you'd have to do that somewhere else. But let's take a quick look here at the roster. See what we're looking at here. Most of these names don't look actually familiar. There are a lot of quarterbacks that are technically higher rated than us. And I have a feeling Perdone, perhaps, that might just be some baseball working its way over. I feel like that's a transfer guy that they brought in. Diefenbach, fun name, pocket passer. For dynasty players on your team. Are you saying it costs more for dynasty players on your team? All upgrades? Because I'm sure that in general it probably costs more because they also got rid of dynasty, at least for the coach XP stuff. Personally, when it comes to dynasty, I don't upgrade my players. I let the players upgrade themselves, right? The auto upgrade for that, because it keeps their play more in line with how they upgrade. If they don't play well, they don't upgrade, or if their caps are bad, they don't upgrade. I leave it off so that way the players are the players, and I'm not kind of swaying how they upgrade. But again, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they just made it harder for everything to upgrade. Probably trying to put in paywalls for that too. Yeah, speed stuff. I mean, ultimately, you don't normally see athletes getting that much faster throughout their career. I would say NFL-wise, you really rarely ever see guys get faster. College, younger years, people are still developing, right? Bodily-wise, like they're still developing. So in high school and college, I could see a bit more of that development being more real. NFL-wise, it doesn't make sense to see speed stuff upgrade as much. So in that instance, it does make a little bit more sense that it would be more expensive because it shouldn't be as likely. At least that's my thought on it. But most likely this year, we're probably going to be redshirted. So we're not going to look too much at the roster. Just wanted to see what the quarterback situation was looking like. We still have the 6 hours, your 6 points you get to spend per season with that weekly, or per week with that weekly agenda. We could still look to upgrade our players, or our player. So we're going to look to do that here out the gate. What is that speed? We're sitting at a 60 speed. It's 12 just to upgrade once. But it looks like it stays with 12 every time. As I say that, though, That looks like a much bigger jump to me. So it does actually start to move up a little bit when you get past, I guess, +5. Because that's now 17. That's even more. So yeah, they get more expensive later on, but I know we need some upgrades, so let's go ahead and get a +5 speed there. Need a better throwing on. Excuse me? 103 points to upgrade 1 throw power? How do you ever expect anyone to get to that 92? I guess this was their way of really trying to force people over to pay them some money. That's really disappointing. Say it again. Hashtag CFB play don't pay. That's ridiculous. To upgrade 1 deep ball accuracy is 50. To upgrade medium is 35. To upgrade short is 20. I guess we're going to see how easy it is to get these points then. That is just ridiculous. Just get a +2 to each of those. You're spending 270. That's like half of our points. Then if we wanted to add on just 1 throw power, easy extra 103 there. We're on the run is a good chunk too. At least throw under pressure is at a decent spot. Just boost our acceleration, I guess, up as much as we can here before we're broke. There we go. Perfect 492. We are up to a 70 overall, and we are out of points to spend. That's just ridiculous. All right, practice. What are we looking at? You better give us the ability to earn a lot here in practice then. Disappointing. Really, it's just disappointing. Because all the nice things that they added, they didn't touch on any of that, right? How much it would cost, they increased that. There are 60 seconds on the clock. Your team is down 4 with the ball at the 35, and the crowd is affecting your team's ability to communicate. Earn points for pass completions, first down, and scoring plays. There are higher penalties for sacks and bonuses for getting out of bounds. This drill does not credit any blocks. This drill does not credit any blocks? What is that even supposed to mean? Okay, users receive a clock bonus every 10 seconds starting at the half-minute mark. Score at the last possible second to increase your score. So we're basically running a 2-minute drill, except it's a 1-minute drill. All right, then. Things are getting a little bit wacky out here. That's already the first problem we're going to have here. Yeah, minus 12,000 points. Wow. Wow. Lost the icons, new play there, and didn't know which icon was which. I was looking for the check down. Hello, QB4. We're heading there quicker than anything. They gave us one play and said, nah, you're good. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, so obviously we know we're going to have to do some studying. Give that a little boost. Excuse me? Leadership, health, fitness. So they just rebranded this? So you don't get an automatic point. I know I got a button for this. I'm thinking I'm also playing other music, so let's restart that. Just because of how bad it is. Hold on, buddy. You kidding me? So you can't boost how quickly you gain XP anymore. You could pay for XP. You also cannot spend a token, an energy token or whatever they want to call it, per week to get an XP bonus or a boost or 1 XP point, even though it costs you 12 to upgrade your speed, 103 to upgrade your throw power. How do they want you to progress? You're basically just going to be stuck at whatever it is that you come in as. That's just ridiculous. That's definitely a sour taste for sure. Sour, sour taste. Kind of puts a little bit of a limit then on Road to Glory, right? We'll go ahead and pause. Actually, you know what? We'll just get that music continuing to go here. We'll take the face down as we head out onto the field, but we know we're not playing. We're not even holding the clipboard. I don't know. You guys leave me your thoughts on that. In fact, makes me wonder if with Road to Glory, we just stick with College Football 26. We got the XP slider for that. We're putting up a lot of points. Doesn't look like Coach is putting in the backups or the third team by any means. Bruins pick up the dub. Head back to the hub. Yeah, that's... Now, the good news is at least all the ones that I've seen so far, all of the big college football content creators, those that have partnered with EA, are all coming out against this, right? So you would hope that with the massive backlash, this would maybe force their hand, right? In fact, I'm just going to take a quick check on social media just to see if EA has mentioned anything about this at all. Because that is just bad. Let's see. Checking their Twitter. Just looks like they've just been reposting schools who've posted images of their school in the game. Check replies, maybe see if anything there. No. That's disappointing. It's just disappointing. We'll see then, I guess, how much we end up playing Road to Glory this year. Hey, considerations. Call me by my last name. Welcome to the quarterback room. I think we're the best group on the offense. All right, Diefenbach, considering you're the backup quarterback. I'll try to help if you've got any questions. Just don't think you're going to take my job at any time. You're the backup quarterback. We're all going to go to a movie this week. Should I join? Talk back to teammate. Why not? I'm good, man. And just so you know, you don't need all that cologne. We get it. You can tone it down. Oh, roasted. Hey, Cash, I'm your academic advisor. I'm Mary Porter, back again this year. We'll see if you stick around the whole year. Or the whole career, I should say. Because you disappeared last year. All right, more practice. Let's try to get more than just one play in this time. Maybe see if we get some actual boost to upgrade this way. I mean, gotta be something, right? 10 plays, start at the 10-yard line, score as many times as you can. The user gets credit for all touchdowns, regardless of who scored. Touchdowns reset the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. All right. So no 2-minute drill this time. We just got 10 plays. In which case, mesh. Oh, we're at, okay, I was thinking the other 10-yard line. I was like, okay. Oh, we're at the goal line 10. We got a first in 10. Well, we're getting sacked. No, was mentioned earlier, linemen don't block, and indeed that's true. Roll out here with our 60 speed. Dive on in there. Get some points back at least. I want a goal line mesh. Just need some people to get open here. There's a touchdown toss. You got to give me that touchdown there. I don't know if they did. I might have just got robbed out of a touchdown. Dash considerations. No, he's down at the inch line. Are you kidding me? Everyone knows that's an incomplete pass there. That's not a fumble. We noticed this yesterday, too. They were counting those incomplete passes as fumbles. Okay, but now we're back to the half-yard line, so I don't know. This game seems to be a little bit all over the place. Good defense there. Change up the pass. Go with the stick concept here. There we go. Get some touchdowns here. We got 4 more plays. I do like that it's different so far per practice. That's a good thing. You know, there's a lot of bad happening. I want to make sure we still consider some of the good things. Big old DT is outrunning ourselves. I mean, come on now. Why do we even have 60 speed stepping in here in the first place? We were running around quite a bit in high school days. No, you fight into that end zone. I doubt they gave it to us. No, they didn't. We got some referees playing for the other team here. And linemen blocking us from getting to the end zone. We got one more play. I don't even think we're going to get a silver. Back of the end zone. There we go. Yeah, we don't even get a silver. Yeah, there's, things I don't like, some things that are good in the game. Things I don't think were thought out very properly. Yeah, so like it says impact, right? Plus XP. But I still don't have any way to upgrade that. I don't know. We'll just continue to condition. Get some points there. But a little bit more in the academics. We don't need to be a leader this year. I guess we just need to grind out some fitness. Study a little bit. Go in the ice bath. Call that what it is. And we'll just leave the music playing. We'll leave the face cam on. We'll go through the first year. We'll check out the transfer portal. And then we'll probably call it from there. We got ourselves a pretty good look here at College Football 27 Road to Glory. And I'm believing even more in the CFB play, don't pay. Because I was thinking, you know, if we had the option to still be able to spend our weekly tokens to get that 1 point we needed every single week, you know, we could still upgrade a little bit. But they took that away too. And we lose to the Golden Bears in our home opener. Come on, man. So in terms of quarterbacks, you know, I'm not too sure how easy it's going to be to upgrade your quarterback. We'll see with tight end. We'll still start a tight end road to glory. See how that goes, because I feel like you could still make some big plays happen as a tight end, even if you're not that fast. Find some soft spots in the zone, sick. Get some catches here and there. Pick up some big blocks. Have a little fun that way. I think running back potentially could still be all right. I'm definitely worried about some of the other positions. For sure. Let's say we almost are battling for QB2. Or we are now QB2. We are now QB2. What happened? Was there an injury? How do we move up to QB2? Johnson. The upperclassmen are going to this party after the game. We lost. Maybe you shouldn't. And all the freshmen have to stay after and clean up the locker room. I'm not going because I've got a community service thing the next morning. So I can help. I'll stay and clean, I guess. I mean, what are we going to get? We'll just refuse. Waste my weekend? Nah, that's not happening. Leadership decrease, that's fine. So how did we move up to second on the depth chart? Because when we came in, we were quarterback 3. Yeah, QB1 got injured. Is it a big injury? Nah, just 2 weeks. But that means we were 1 play away from having to step into our first game. Actually, did that show NIL? Only on the depth chart page? Tomorrow we will be getting into a dynasty test. So right now, we are getting paid nada. Starting quarterback getting paid $160. Backup getting paid $40. Backup running back getting paid more than the starter. That might have been a bust in the transfer portal then. We've got our 3rd string receiver getting paid and our 5th and 6th. The other guys getting paid nothing. Disrespect to the offensive line and the tight ends. At least we got one guy making some money on the defensive line here in Woodfork. I feel like that would be potentially uncomfortable. Might get a splinter when you're eating on your tongue. That doesn't sound great. Maxwell Roy getting 55. $150 and $160. Brandon Nicholson. That's the former Cardinal. Hashtag go Stanford, go trees. Also hashtag CFB play don't play. Not gonna lie, I was really hoping the kicker was getting paid. So we're gonna be backup quarterback, I guess, for a week or 2. Jump into another practice. Again, I like the practice. It's different. It's new. It changes a little bit. You can't just go run the same exact drill over and over again. So, like I said, there is some good things the devs did here. And I don't imagine it was the devs that put so many things behind a paywall. March down the field and complete passes against cover 2. You'll earn points for each touchdown pass you make. Leave the pocket will result in a penalty. Okay, then. Off this one out. Our guy who we're paying isn't catching the ball. That's not going to be my fault. No one's catching the ball. Going to get some simple plays over the middle here. Going 4 vert. Bring it down. Bring it down. Need you to go get that one next time. Gonna have to play a Tom Brady style here, just be a check down merchant. I just told it to slightly move up, and it just kept going. Right window, there's the diving snag. That'll make up for it a little bit. We got 650 points. That's a good pass breakup. They're locking everything down. I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Get it. Or not. I mean, no one's open. Gonna give me a negative there. Anyway, go outside here. Good juke. So, I mean, you still have the normal things that you just are annoying in where these road to glories. That was a good drive. Yeah, there's the normal things like your teammates suck. Obviously, the paywall. Your line is not going to block for you very well if you're a quarterback. Receivers up and down if they're actually going to catch the ball. Once again, we don't do anything. But again, if you're in a game and you're just going with these constant checkdowns and you're picking up 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, you're golden. You're not upset about that. But in the game, they're upset about that. That's not real football. Weekly schedule. We're really working on our 6-pack here. We are in peak fitness now. And we're studying. We still don't have a single upgrade point, so And I don't know how they want us to upgrade anything. That's the biggest complaint. They forced this into a Ultimate Team pay to play. No? So it's going to definitely force you to go play for bottom tier teams just so you could try to start. That's the only way you're going to play. Maybe you could get upgrades better then if you're actually playing, and you can't do that much if you're sitting on roster. I don't know. Oh. There's a lot they could have done. We also got to talk about the fact we are currently losing South Alabama right now. I think we're going to lose to South Alabama. Oh, we won the game in the last second. 10-9. Wow. I mean, hard to celebrate that one, right? That should have been a dominating win. I guess our backup quarterback, technically starting quarterback right now, really wanted to make sure we didn't get into the game. He's jealous of our abs and our peak fitness. So we're through a few weeks here. No upgrade points available. Practices have been all right. You know, that last one kind of seemed like there's nothing you could really do. Ion Johnson, man, I don't think the seniors are too happy with how you acted last week. I don't care. Take a look at your car when you can. I mean, we'll just call the cops. It's fine. They want to vandalize. Your entire car has been cling wrapped. I mean, it could have been worse. Including each individual wheel. I mean, with the price of plastic stuff now, they just spent a lot of money. So, who's really having the hard time? I just got a bunch of free plastic wrap. Audrey, what do you want here? I had your number in my contacts from high school. You followed me to UCLA from Gooding, Idaho. Saw your post from yesterday. I didn't realize you went here. I don't know what I posted, to be honest. I don't remember you too well. I was a star of the football team. You don't remember me? Interesting. But do you want to come to this party tomorrow night and catch up? Skip lab. Show your high school highlights at the party. We'll just decline. We might need to go to a naval academy to get some playing time, so we got to make sure those academics are up there. So that does mean we have less points to spend. Do one academic there. We're as healthy as we can get, so I guess we'll do a little bit of some leadership. Nice to see that actually move up. Didn't really move up much last year. We'll hop into another practice. Barely beating South Alabama last game. We might need to practice a little bit more. Ten plays, starting at the 5-yard line. Score as many times as you can. All right. Give me some short route concepts. Start off with some slants here. Need my receivers to actually get open, and my linemen to not block me from moving. We're doing more than the defense has, honestly. Okay. So what I'm noticing is you can't really step up in the pocket. And you can't really step back. No one's getting open. Maybe it's because we're not paying our receivers. Get in, just stretch into the end zone. You're literally at the inch line. Yelling at AI players. That's what we've come to here in college football. Big hit, can't hold on. Waited too long to throw that one. Got 5 more plays here. Right now our guys are just getting cooked. Finally got 1 touchdown on the board. We're going to need a few more of those. Under pressure. All right then. So I got to run some screen passes out here just to have a chance. I'm going to try it. Harris. Get you out wide here. No blockers. Solid. This is why we barely beat South Alabama. Boys don't know how to play. Blocking, catching, any of that. Can't do it. Guy in the back of the end zone. Let's go. At least something there. Like to get one more with our final play here. And that's going to be picked off. Had to keep it behind him to keep him with the guys in front. Trailing guy did a good job. Nothing you can do about that one. We still have not gotten a single bronze on any of these practices. But we did get a level up. And that gives us 40 points. Okay. So it's not just one upgrade is 1 point. That makes me feel the slightest bit better. Don't know why they changed it that way. It doesn't seem to really make much sense. You know, there's an age-old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? They fixed it. It wasn't broken. At least not that part of it was broken. All they needed to do was just keep the XP slider, or just give us more XP for everything we did. That's all they had to do. Sometimes the decisions some people make just baffle me. We get off to a nice lead here against Purdue, though. And we're going to continue growing that, though Purdue does find their first score. We add on to it 24-7 at halftime, make that 31-7, make that 34-7. Where was this against South Alabama? We still don't get a drive in that one, but hey, at least it was a little bit more emphatic. 34-7. We give up one score there in the second quarter. But now the starting quarterback should be coming back, and we'll be moving back down to QB3. Still not really sure what the fitness is here for. Maybe you get more XP with higher fitness and lower XP with lower fitness. Coach is unhappy. I don't know what I could do about that. Make practices work. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. The coach staff hasn't been particularly enthused with you lately. You don't want to risk sitting on the bench. We're not playing anyway. Bad situation. Sure we are. So 40 points here. You could look to upgrade some things. We saw 30 points here to upgrade short accuracy, 65 for medium now, 70 for deep. Good luck with the throw power. You could do a lot more with throw on the run. We might need that considering how the line is blocking. Feel like the speed was more expensive before, but actually no, that does seem accurate. We're going to continue to upgrade the speed where we can, and just hopefully that helps us out with these practices, with the line not giving us much blocking. As we do hit the 2-hour mark here today. Again, like I said, we're going to try to get through the first year, check out what the transfer portal looks like, and kind of pause up from there. And maybe we'll come back to cash considerations too, just to see what we're working with. I didn't read what we're supposed to be doing here at all. Looks like we've just got about a minute of time on the clock, and we're just trying to score as much as we can. Get that inside leverage, hit it quick. Let's go. Got to give me at least some silvers out here. Ooh, barely stuck in the pocket there. Again, it drifts a little bit. You got to be careful of that. He's not going to make it in on that one. Get it in front. There we go. Doing much better this time around. Still have some good time on the clock. Crossover. Let's go. We're doing so much better when there's not a defensive line trying to kill us. And I say that because our line is definitely not blocking for us. Yeah, 4 is not doing a great job of holding on to the ball in through contact, I should say. 9 with the score. We got a bronze, finally. Get that to the man who's wide open. I don't think that spin move was necessary. Could have used the speed to just carry that ball up. I was holding back on the stick, and it just kept going. I like 2, though. 2 seems to be a better option here for us. We got 10 seconds of play time. All right, I guess we're going to have to go underneath here. Talking about a waste of time. Definitely not getting a silver. Back of the end zone. Let's go. We got one more play here. This is for it all. And it's incomplete. All right. Well, at least we got something there. We were actually pretty close to a silver that time. So all we need is to not have an offensive line or a defensive line. Get another upgrade there. That's another 40 points. So it looks like you're getting 40 points per upgrade. And if you're actually able to perform, you might upgrade faster. Weekly agenda. Spend a few more points over there. Spend a point here. Got to make sure coach stays happy. We're also losing some points here with the leadership level. We go up to medium, and that still didn't increase, so that's great. It's hard, you know. You got to really grind out the coach trust here. But it shouldn't be easy by any means. We're not looking for things to be easy. We just don't want them to be broken, right? And we haven't been able to play in a game yet, so maybe we could get some better or quicker ways to upgrade that way. That's my only thought. But we're back to probably not being suited out for these games. Great chilling on the sidelines as Iowa taking it to us here early on, but we at least get a touchdown back and tie it up before halftime. It's 14-14, taking the lead, 21 unanswered points as we head to the fourth quarter. Now we're up 2 scores. Iowa can't find the end zone here, and we're going to walk away with a 28-0 point run, ending this game 28-14. Respect there. We battled through. QB1 coming back from injury. He holds on. We're hyping up the sideline crew. The towels were waving to a really small student section. Sure, some people from LA could afford to travel all the way out to Iowa. Getting through week 4. Coach still unhappy. Doing what we can here. Tyrone Strachan. Sure. Planning a day trip to Malibu later this week. You're welcome to join. Bring whoever. Why not? Maybe coach will like that. Helps out our leadership. Coach likes leadership. Not upgrade players. We're not there yet. Well, technically we are. We could upgrade some things. Started some more practice here. We finally got it going a little bit last time. Starting to notice that there's a little bit of a trend, so you're going to rotate through a few different options. We haven't got that 1-minute drill or 2-minute drill yet. Try to lead a scoring drive from deep in your own territory. This one's new. Users will receive credit for their player throwing, running, and or catching the ball. Scoring in 10 or fewer plays will give an extra bonus. On this version, you only get 3 downs. A failed 3rd down conversion will end the drill, so there is no 4th down. Well, then let's start with some simple stuff here. Give me some meshes. Yeah, I'd say we're starting pretty deep here, starting at our own 5, considering our line. Might need to make sure we get this ball out a little bit quicker than that, and there's a lovely drop. And hard for us to do anything if the receivers can't hold on to a pass. Just want a little bit of some breathing room here. We got our tight end for a nice big gain, carrying that rock up to the 20. Maybe work with a little bit of some levels concepts too. Actually, I don't have hot routes. Love it. Get some timing in here. Good move. Close to another 1st down. They will give it to us. A little bit of some hurry up. Ponders in the slot to the left. Play action. Bail back here. We're going to check down to the tight end. Just sticking with some levels concepts here. Again, 3, 4, 5 yards of play, you're golden. We're going to pick up a good chunk here. Number two. Picking up some big plays. Big plays? I was reading current plays. Picking up some big yardage on a big play. Man, what happens when you just keep going for 2 hours calling football? Under pressure. Great job there, left tackle. I don't think you got a hand on him the whole time. 2nd and 18. Love it. All right. No. Flip, then select. Thank you. 3rd and 18. It fails after a 3rd down. Get the pass out there at least. That's going to be that. Bit unfortunate. Another failed one. Again, only so much we can do. Our receivers have to hold on to a pass or try to catch a pass. Our line has to block. Certain ways it does seem accurate to real life, though. It's not just one player on the field making the plays. It's everyone out on the field making the plays. We'll hop through yet another game here. Like I said, we're going to get through this first season. Take a look at the transfer portal. If we do find a team that's willing to give us a starting spot, we will jump into at least one game, see what that's like and what the XP gain is. As we're just getting a gauge here on Road to Glory in College Football 27. Of course, with all the bad news that broke about it, that definitely took some time from us. Talking about the CFB play don't pay hashtag. Because we do jump on the board here early. Northwestern, though, answers in the 2nd quarter. We got a tie game through the half. Little scoring there, but we do take the lead in the 3rd. 4th quarter, we hold that 4-point lead. 1-point lead. There we go. We get a little bit of some points to help separate, and it looks like we hold on. So it's just that Cal game moving over what could have been a perfect start to the season. Back to the hub we go. Because it seems like you could get some decent upgrades if you're actually able to play. And then maybe that'll actually counterbalance the fact that we can't change the slider, right? Or we complain enough and EA fixes it. And then we also play better. Yeah, coach is still very much unhappy. There's only so much I could do about that. I believe with where our leadership is, coach is losing one happiness or whatever per week. We're not out on the field, so we can't raise it that way. It's 3rd down and 3 yards to the 1st down marker. Make the most of this down and keep the drive alive. We have 8 reps, though. That's confusing. So we're still looking to score in 8 reps, but it's 3rd down, and we got to make sure we get at least the 1st down, otherwise we fail immediately. I think that's what that's trying to say. Can you give me some time in the pocket? Like, oh, every down is 3rd and 3. Okay. I mean, what more? My dudes aren't catching the ball, and I'm not getting blocking. Oh, this is why I don't like the practices. Use our 66 speed to scamper out of bounds, get the 1st down that way at least. Do we gain anything if we hand the ball off? We actually gained a lot there. Okay. Maybe that's what I should have just done the whole time. Just hand the ball off. Although, not with that hat count. Doesn't hold on to that pass. It was a little high. And coach is going to continue being unhappy with me, even though it's not my... That one was our player not throwing a good ball. But most of the time, it's not been our fault. Our guys aren't catching the pass, or we're not getting any blocking up front. Go, big boy. Go, big boy. Go. There we go. We can't have negative points ending this. We've got to have at least some positive points. 1,000 per first down, so we got to get a first down right here. As we go on the move. Yeah, we're going to have negative points. I mean, it's a good thing this one is just a test, because I'm pretty sure we're about to get kicked out of UCLA. This coach is just very upset with us. Not upset with the receivers or the line for their play. We do get an upgrade at least. I guess we're just going to have to spend all these points here in leadership just to get coach a decent spot here. There we go. +1 for coach happiness. Got to try to do something, right? Upgrades. I think we're going to need a lot more speed here. There we go. Max out all of our points again. We're now at a 71 speed. We need all of it to just be able to run around. That was also a bye week. That's getting us close to about halfway through season 1. We might have just saved ourselves there. Dean Kennedy, offensive coordinator. You got 5 minutes. How about a quick quiz over some playbook stuff? All right. Which of these formations matches the personnel of spread? Perfect. What concept might we run on a sprint out? All right, well, we're in shotgun. We try. What is our personnel grouping? I don't know. Perfect. I need a little bit more information than that. Okay, you got 2 out of 3. That ain't bad at all. Perfect. I don't know what all these different formations names are. I just know what it looks like. I know the personnel based off of that. Upgrade player with our 1 point? I don't think so. Or practice. These are our games, right? We're talking about practice? Yeah, we're talking about practice. All we're allowed to do right now. There are 60 seconds on the clock. Your team is down 4 with the ball at the 35, and you need a score. Earn points for pass completions, first downs, and scoring plays. There are higher penalties for blah, blah, blah. You receive a clock bonus every 10 seconds starting at the first or the half-minute mark. Sure. Now, we're going to call some plays based off of what we know we're getting up front, which is nothing, right? Let's start with the halfback screen. Just bail back a little bit, dump this one off. Hopefully we get some good blocking out there. You know, we pick up 3. Can't say that one was highly effective, but there was an effective level. Maybe go a little bit some RPOs. Maybe that'll help us out a little bit. Or we hand that one off. I did try to throw that one, but RPOs do seem to be happening a little bit quicker in this game. We need 4 more yards here. Drive Y corner. Mostly looking at Saunders as a drag option. Barely get that pass out, and they're not going to give me that first down. Are you kidding me? We're also running out of time here. 4th and inches, got to get the job done. Then we can call our timeout. And he drops the ball. How do we have negative 10,000 points for that? How? You're never gonna be able to earn a starting quarterback spot. I don't know. Oh, he's angry. He's very angry. I don't know. Talk to your receivers. Talk to your linemen. I can't control everything out there. See if we can make Coach happy this way. Look at us, Coach. We're studying a whole lot. I don't know. This was a problem we had with the PK series too, and why it just felt broken. It still feels that same way for quarterbacks. We had a great time running back wise. For the Mecha KO Day, we won what, 2 Heismans, WEP awards. We were still a 74 overall or 76 overall because you don't upgrade. So I'm starting to feel like with Road to Glory, what they did is they added a couple more positions, but they didn't really fix the problem. Their fix was, if you pay us more money, you could have a better upgraded player. It still doesn't affect what you're playing with. Receivers are still going to drop passes. Your linemen still aren't going to block for you. Even if you are on a better team, like with UCLA, we are a better team. Though we lost that game to Michigan. So yeah, still seems like Road to Glory is a massive work in progress. They made it worse. They made it worse with more variety. That's my early indication on this right now. Well, we're probably going to be put on the bench, even though we are already on the bench this next week, just because Coach is angry with us. Yep, angry. And I imagine no student newspaper. We just received breaking news that you have been demoted. Oh no. And will not be starting move. I wasn't starting in the first place. What is your reaction to this? And do you believe your accept responsibility? Why not? Maybe coach will like that. Your midterm results are in. All C's, not the best performance. I mean, how much studying do we have to do? Why not have to remind you, like, our academics were almost up to degrees. What do you mean we got all C's? Coach is happy there. We're back into peak, so that's at least helping us out coach-wise. We'll just study some more here. Do some more practice. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, the game is basically the same. Road to Glory is basically the same as it was last year. Still slow to get your upgrades, and now you cannot change the sliders. Now you have to pay for that. Your blocking still doesn't block, and your receivers don't catch. Evade the defenders and score as many touchdowns as possible using option plays. All right. Okay, I wanted to keep that one, but sure. And you go out there. I'll run as fast as I can with my 67 speed. Because despite setting that to a cap of about 90 something, it still set us down at 60 speed. Pitch that one outside. I know how to do the triple options. We've had plenty of time with those triple options in State Series. And that's a good bait. Not a good pitch from our guy. Not sure why that one was so lofted. Get back down the field a little bit here. At least we're aiming towards a positive. That's always good news. Pitch that one out late. Still going to lose some yardage. And turn this one up. Try to gain something here. I think I fumbled for some reason. Fine, I guess. Yeah, I don't like that mechanic. It basically guarantees you're going to get a negative set of points. Good 26 outside. Good block 13 or not. Lower the shoulder or get trucked. That's fine. Got a little bit closer at least. Into the end zone. We got some points. Still nowhere close to even a silver. Even though we ran this drill about as smoothly as you possibly could. If 13 can get us a splash here late. And it's still only halfway. I mean, what do you want us to do, right? They just want coach to be upset at us. This is why I don't like quarterbacks in these Road to Glories, but it's why I wanted to test it, right? Because this is exactly what we saw. I mean, look at how much we're losing. Coach absolutely hates us, but we're doing everything we possibly can in these. And we're just going backwards. Quarterbacks are bugged. Hopefully tight ends aren't. I would hope that the tight ends, the safety, and the edge rusher are better because those were new, that they actually worked on those. It doesn't feel like they worked on the quarterback play at all. And if you're not able to even start, I don't know why they even make you go into these games. But we've been scoring 10 points pretty regularly in the first quarter, at least. Against Illinois, pretty smooth start. Through half, we're up 17-0. Goose egg intact, 24-0. As we hit the fourth, like that 31-0, 38-0. And we hold on to that goose egg. Defense played well. Clearly, the line knows how to block for starters, not for us. Ash Considerations looking to get traded here soon. So I would definitely say if you're considering starting a quarterback, Road to Glory, consider a different position. As we do hit the 2.5-hour mark here. We're getting close to the end of this first season. McKinsey, I remember you got me in trouble last year. A couple of my friends are throwing a party. No, thank you. I want to get kicked out of school. That won't help us transfer. Yeah, because if you had some better speed on that triple option drill, you could make something happen. You could get some points that way. But it starts you with no speed, so... Lead a scoring drive with only passes. Quarterbacks cheers their own points for completions. Cool. No sacks, no turnovers, it looked like. Luck, I guess. Oh, man. Also, probably should not be calling any sort of play action. That's not going to help us out. Already almost a sack. There is an incomplete pass. We only have a few plays? Like, what are we supposed to do when we only have a few plays? Yeah, I don't know. One seems a little bit weird. Because now we have 4 plays, so it's just how long can you go, I guess? And that's an incomplete pass. But we got an extra play, or that's counting how many plays we've ran. Yeah, that's how many plays we've ran. So maybe it just goes until you have a turnover or you take a sack. I did skip out reading a little bit on that one. There we go. Fit that one into a nice tight window. A little bit more XP or points on that one. Nice break inside. There we go. Starting to catch a little bit of some momentum here. Gotta make sure we leave at least with a silver or bronze. I think a bronze. Love a gold. That might help us out a good bit. Curl shake here. Oh, they took away that. We're going to step up. Although it definitely said passing only. My bad. We still got a silver. Yeah, I forgot about that. A little side note to that drill. I mean, you give me all that space. All right, we do get a good amount of points there, though. Up to 120 now. So it looks like if you actually can perform, even though it makes it very hard for you to do that, you can get some points and make some things happen. And it seems like I just got to keep spinning some points here on getting faster. There we go. Get that acceleration and speed up a little bit because I got to be able to move around out there because the blocking is not holding it down. All right. Academics coach still a bit unhappy there. Leadership, now he's happy. Make sure we got some more happiness there. There we go. Yeah, so the original plan I had for this definitely did not work because they took away the XP gain function. But if you can actually make things happen, which makes me think that if you can see the field, you're actually going to get more XP. So it's pushing you to transfer more to where you get playing time rather than being able to sit on a roster, build up for a couple of years, hit the practices, and then with that, then take it to the field as maybe a junior or super senior, right, and have a really good year. Not the case anymore. So if you are not offered a starting spot somewhere, don't go there. That's what it seems like. As we got a close game here against Oregon, it is a one-score game late, and we push it to 2 and take home a big dub, or take home, it was at home. Rose Bowl win here for UCLA over the number 7 Oregon Ducks. Would have been a fun game to watch from the sideline for cash considerations. Yeah, so that seems to be my initial thoughts here with Road to Glory. Don't play quarterback and go where you're going to start first. And we are now up to unhappy with our coach. So we're making some progress back, which is good to see. Road Dog deactivated. When was it ever activated? I don't know. Can we get ourselves back to just a mediocre standpoint before the end of the season? That is the goal. Because if I'm not mistaken, at least last year when you tried to transfer, the coach happiness went with you. So we're going to see if that's the same case. Complete passes with a time limit and score as many touchdowns as possible. You'll be rewarded for playing passes. Complete passes will increase your score multiplier. Leaving the pocket will result in a penalty. Perfect. Need someone to try to get open here. And of course it's picked off. What do you want me to do? I can't throw to anybody if no one's open. I can't scramble. I'm saying, some of these setups are just a little bogus. All right, to the flat. Turn. Oh, you could have scored there. You stepped out on purpose. There we go. Get a tutty. Get the flat quick. Or the flat. The drag quick. Right up the hash. Feel like we can get something done with this one now. That is, why would you give me this play? Good diving catch, that's why. We sneak into the bronze here. Keep it to the flat. Or incomplete. I think that breaks up my multiplier. A nice ×2 now. Oh, I tried to keep that one inside. That was a good play. That one's off the mark. Cross. Good dive. Got 6 seconds. Want to get back into the end zone here. Have to go with the check down. 2 seconds. Ooh, that was a good switch out there. Broken tackle, but it's going to come up short. It'll just be the bronze. Just the bronze for us. But hey, still better than negative. Moving our way back up a little bit. All right. Coach, we've got to make sure he stays happy. Keep making sure those academics are moving up. Keep the leadership up. Peak fitness is there. Doing all we can. Doing all we can. Headstrong activated. As we go watch another game from the sidelines. I was just reading some comments on the post I made earlier about the hashtag CFB play don't pay. Again, I highly encourage everyone to keep sharing that. Leave all your thoughts. Share directly to EA. Leave it under others comment or other creators who are partnered with or have partnered with EA. Let EA know that we're not happy about this. You know, everything else in the world is increasing in cost. We don't need in-game upgrading a player to start costing money too, or even the coach. As we hold on to the win here on the road. Looked like our starting quarterback there was having some fun. Perdone, or whatever his name is. Looks like we will be hitting the 3-hour mark or around there for sure today, as we just get through week 10 there. So we are getting close to the end of the season. Again, as mentioned, we will check out what the transfer portal looks like. And honestly, I don't think we need to jump into a game. I think we've gotten a good idea of kind of where things really are here with this. We're back down to angry. We had a good practice. What do you want from us, coach? Oh, I think our coach might be bipolar. McKinsey, hey, Cash, we're in the same health science. Found an old copy. No, I've heard about this before. No. Don't use the answers. There is no Quizlet. If you use Quizlet, it is cheating, apparently. Learned my lesson last year. You have an exam in your accelerated microeconomics class. Are you trying to use up all my points here? I'm trying to keep Coach happy. Hey, we could get a NIL offer. You'll receive 100 points. Costs 1 energy up front. Of course it does. Why not? First NIL. Wow. NIL deal signed. We've got 3 points to spend. Well, coach is happy. We are not quite peak fitness. Our academics are in a good spot, I would think. Talking about practice? Well, we got some points to spend here. Probably because of the NIL deal we signed. What can we increase here? I want to make this as fruitful as we can. Not quite with the short accuracy. Injury probably needs to see some upgrading. Parrying too. There we go. We'll call that good. We are a 71 overall. We've done a lot of upgrading and not really seen much of an upgrade on our player. Gotta try to make Coach happy again, or at least feeling iffy, mediocre, or whatever about us.
Ready! 129, 129!
All right, position your quarterback to dodge projectiles while destroying as many targets as possible. This is our drill. We thrived off of this one in that PK series. So we're just going to drift right into the window for both of those. Not looking like we're thriving very much right now, are we? All right, give me a target. Go. Gotta at least make sure we're getting bronze on these. Anything better is fantastic. Just get a little piece of that one. Sure, we step up here. Almost drifting out the back. Can't have that. Barely missing. Is that a bullseye? That's a bullseye. We got a silver, everybody. Watch out now. Yeah, I don't like that they changed that you can't control what drills you're running, because basically it meant that we can't just focus on the easier drills. We have to do the harder drills, the broken drills. We got ourselves a bit of a bronze here, and I was hoping that one would pop up at the last moment, but there's a gold. I think I said bronze. That's a gold, right? That's the shiny bronze. Coach hopefully is going to like that one. Again, if we don't have to deal with a lion, that's 2 upgrades in a row. So yeah, if you're able to actually perform these without the game feeling just broken, you can actually get some decent upgrades going. That is 200. So you could almost double upgrade the arm strength there. I think we should do 1. Again, we're going to work on getting some more of these running skills boosted, at least as much as we can here. We actually have no moves in open space, which is lovely. And it does cost a little bit here to get some of these upgraded. Nope. 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 All right, 200 it is. Still a 71 overall. Right now, it looks like it said our max was an 80 overall. I don't feel like that was accurate. Number 9, UCLA. Now it's showing a 0 frame, though. That's nice. Now, one thing I mentioned yesterday, I haven't mentioned it today. We have improved our quality here on streams up to 2K. So if you are enjoying that, do let me know by leaving a thumbs up. You can leave me know in the comments. If things do look a little bit choppy at any given point, do make sure you let me know. And we can make some adjustments in the background to make sure we clean that up. We got a notification on your test results. You did pretty poorly. You've got to study more. I'm studying a lot. It doesn't matter. The points don't matter, it seems like. I mean, how much more studying do I need to do? Jimmy Iglesias. Hey, you know the film and television elective we're in together. That sounds like a fun class. Professor's giving away extra credit if you watch a film made before 1960 and write a 5-page paper on it. Want to watch the same movie? I feel like we're going to get in trouble for watching the same movie with how this game has gone. But sure, we're going to go watch a film from pre-1960 with our kicker. Upgraded or unlocked or whatever that was. That's something I don't even think we've looked at yet. Can we upgrade our abilities? Yeah, we can. But the mentals unlock themselves. Interesting. Nowhere close to getting any of these right now, but good to know at least. Yeah, the upgrading system is weird. I don't like it. But it seems like if you do actually get the ability to play, then you can actually get some upgrades. Which was what we were looking for, right? We were asking for our play on the field to matter more. Perhaps that's the case, but you gotta be on the field. So don't do what I did and commit to UCLA, even though it seemed like they really liked us. It didn't seem like I didn't see what we were doing here. I was clicking buttons. I was thinking that they would have us, actually be considered to do something, but not quite the case. So we just need to make sure we're doing our due diligence. Thank you for getting that grab. And we go to the small schools first. Unless we are that 5-star, then maybe we could look to go to a bigger school earlier. But you got to go to a school that's going to give you playing time. Otherwise, you're not going to upgrade, it seems like. Under pressure, we get that one out. Now, UCLA, I know they're a good little bit of an RPO-style school, so let's look to maybe get some RPO in the mix here. Although I didn't read this, so it might be passing only, in which case, definitely have to throw these outside. Can't let a run happen. Because right now we do not have a clock going. We don't have a play count going. So I think it's purely get down the field, don't take a sack, no turnovers, and no running the ball. Pretty sure that's what this one is. Levels has worked out well for us. We're going to stick with a little bit of some levels. And under pressure here, it falls incomplete. There goes any of the bonuses. Okay, I thought that ended for a second. I was about to be upset. I delivered a catchable pass. Still would have been tough, but it was catchable. 4th and 3. I don't remember that having that show up. There we go. Get the first down on the Texas route. So there we go. Another thing we learned about this drive. It is full-on normal drive. We also have a time limit, too. We're inside a minute. We do have a timeout we could utilize. I mean, that's just good coverage. That's just good coverage. 46 seconds. We need a touchdown here because we are down 4 points. Throwing that one under pressure. Just get it out. Leave us a 3rd and 2. We might need to start hurrying up the pace a little bit. Bunch right. No hard counts available. I love that. And there's going to be a sack. Now, does that end it? No. Okay. Good news, at least. No. Flip the play and select the play. We are running out of time, though. We're not managing our time extremely well. Get that first down and get down. We call it timeout. We got 6 seconds. Got to go with some shot plays here. Do I have hot routes? I don't have hot routes, so I can't get rid of the play action. Also, this is a very tight end heavy formation. Tossing this one up. In and out of the hands, and because the ball hung up just a little bit more, we don't get anything there. I don't know if I like that drill. In fact, let me change that. I don't like that drill. Ooh, get the table there. At least coach is just unhappy and not angry. Little wins here as a redshirt freshman. Get the academics going up a little bit more. Coach still happy with us there. Fitness is peak. We're maxed out there. Can't do anything there. I guess a little bit more leadership. Why not? We're a leader. The players like us. Coach hates us. The guys still don't want to block for us or catch our passes. Is it that UCLA is toxic? Is that what's going on? Yeah. Road to Glory quarterback build still a little bit broken, unfortunately. I'm hoping the tight end is as good as the running back portion of Road to Glory is, as we don't score any points against Rutgers in the first. Do find our 10 there in the second. Make that 17. We're going to get another goose egg. Looking good for it here so far. 24-0 into the 4th quarter. Oh, and there it goes. Looks like they got the touchdown, went for the 2-point. Did not hit with that one. We're getting close to the end of this one. I know we've been here for quite some time today, a 3-hour stream. Looking to get through the high school and first year of Road to Glory with a quarterback and really see how it is. Of course, if you are joining late on or skipping around in the video and you happen to miss out, we found out today, might have been in there a little bit earlier, but it really broke around today. And that's why we got the hashtag up in the top right of the video, that they took away the XP sliders for us here in this game. Good to see you, Coach. How you doing, bud? Coach Games. They took away the XP slider. So we don't have an easier way of upgrading our players. Instead, we have to pay EA more money. And they did the same in a Dynasty. So that's why we're kind of having our little protest. We're not happy about it. We're hoping that they fix it. So you missed most of this, but you'll catch the replay. Appreciate that, bud. Feel free, again, you guys could skip around all you want. It's crazy that the XP sliders have now turned this game into get it out the mud. Yeah. It's but honestly, one great thing from this is that everyone, even some of the biggest EA partner creators, very much have stood against this. Right? Everyone is talking out against this, which is great. And I'm hoping that that does encourage EA to do the right thing. Will they? Who knows? But that is one silver lining of this all, is that in a very divisive world, when it came to college football, you told us we got to pay extra. We all said no. I love that. Again, I didn't read what we're supposed to do here. That's another reason I don't like these type of practices. Let me choose which ones I'm going to go with, I guess, or give me an options to select. All right, so I believe this is you got to go down and score one, and you start deep. I don't know if we could run the ball or not, but we're going to lob this one out to our running back on that Texas route. Yeah, we're mostly all in this together, but for a few people. I mean, there's always going to be a few people that are like, oh, it's fine, just pay money. No. You will never hear that from me, for sure. I always try to make sure everything is as cheap as they should be, and everything is just getting more and more increasingly expensive. There we go. We had time to actually let that play develop and find an open man. Yeah, offline modes, there should be absolutely zero pay to play. 0. No. I also think that in offline mode, you should be able to use whatever team builder you want. Like, what does it matter if you're offline and you download a team builder that maybe has some player names that are explicit or logos that are explicit, because that's why they did it in the first place. You're offline, it's just you seeing it. But who cares? Why do I have to get Xbox Live as we take the sack? Hopefully that's not the end of the drive. Cool. Why would, or I don't even think they call it Xbox Live anymore. But the equivalent, like why? Why is that another thing behind a paywall? It's in the game. Just have it be in the game. In fact, isn't it EA Sports? It's in the game. And we failed there. I got into a rant. So that's my whole thought process on it. We do still get a level up though, even though we didn't have a great practice there. I think we just ran out of yardage. I think it was down in distance that didn't work out there too well for us. Either way, that's kind of been the synopsis, I feel like, of this whole journey so far with our prequel road to glory with cash considerations. Make sure we're staying peak fit here, keeping coach happy as much as we can. We're getting degrees right now, and watch, they're still going to say we didn't do well on the test. But we are almost at the end here, although we could potentially be headed to the playoffs. I think it might hinge on this USC game. So it might drag out the season a little bit more. But, yeah. I hope tight end, since it's a new thing, is going to be a little bit more flushed out. And the practices won't be as bad with that and get all the negatives. Again, like we saw with the Mecha KO Day and the running back one we did last year. So much better than the PK one. We didn't run into any problems with that one. So again, I'm hoping tight end will be that way. I'm not sold on the defensive side of things. We will test that, though, as we do take a lead. It is 6-0 in the fourth. UCLA looks to just hold on against the Trojans. Ring that bell. The victory bell indeed. That might mean we got playoffs. Very well could mean we got playoffs. We're the number 6 team, so we should be headed there. In fact, we may be headed to a Big Ten title game. I haven't really even been paying much attention to what the team has been doing because we're obviously not out there. This might drag on the season a little bit more here for us then. Would be nice to get a boost of XP just because the team won that. That would be cool. Staying out of the Coach Angry market for now. And indeed, we do have the Big Ten Championship against the Ohio State University. But before that, more practice. More chances for us to try to make Coach angry. We might be pushing a little bit closer to a 3.5-hour stream. I think this is going to become our longest stream yet. All right, this time we're reading it. Complete your pass to your receiver inside the hot spots. The smaller the hot spot, the bigger the score. Okay, yeah. Oh, and there's just one receiver. Okay. Oh, but we can't move. Right. Beautiful. What? That was an inner ring. Come on now. Catch up, catch up, catch up. Bullet pass. Okay. Trying to work out the timing on that. Outer ring. Shovel pass? What more do you want from me on that one? That one was bad. Okay. This is a new drill. Haven't ran this one before. I need some patience, apparently. So yeah, we really need a lot of patience on that. There we go. Finally got an inner ring. One more here. Bam. Get all the way out there. Give me an outer ring or middle ring on that one. Still not a good one. First time running that drill. I think that could be an easier drill. I just didn't know we had to wait so long on some of those throws. And Coach is angry again. He's a very angry man. I think he might be bipolar. Excuse me. He's kind of swung up and down a little bit with his thoughts on us. This coach is still unhappy even though we're making some grades out here. Do I have to get up to honors? Like, what do I have to do for Coach to be happy about this? Or is that just borked? Why not? Spend all the points there. Maybe we transfer to Stanford with the grades we're getting. Or at least the time we're spending studying. I know they need a quarterback. He's still angry. It's fine. We're headed to the playoffs. He's not thinking about us much. Final results are in. All A's. Let's go. First time ever. And adrenaline activated. More practices. We did get a 40 points there. The office out here. 75 degrees in here. That's ridiculous. Let me turn up the fan a little bit here. Pardon if you do hear it. Hopefully not. March down the field by completing passes within the time limit. You'll earn points for every touchdown. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to get that break. That is way too much of a lead. Jeez. Waste of a play, if you ask me. Break the tackle. Get a touchdown. Get a touchdown. Let's go. Finally, the receiver's helping a guy out. Little pump action fake. Toss this one towards the sideline. Good grab. Stay in bounds. Let's go. Where's this been? Finally, it's happening. We're going to have to go with this guy. Oh, and he's going to get by. Give me another one. What's going on here? That's 3 touchdowns. We still don't have a bronze. What more do you want? Look for a back shoulder fade. That one's protected well. We'll pump that way. Oh, he's got a step. Oh, come on now. Started well. Tossing it up. Make a play. Break a tackle. Let's go. Get some yardage. We're down to the 4. Need someone to come back to the inside here. Make a play. We got a bronze. A little pump fake action. Yeah, no one's open. Take it. Take it all the way. We've got a silver. See what happens when your teammates work with you rather than against you? Why did it take until the Big Ten title game for this to happen? Coach might not hate us at this point. Get ourselves some upgrades too. So like, it seems like you do get some good chunks of upgrades, or at least because they changed it to like, oh, you're getting 40 at a time. You're getting 100 now instead of just one per time, that it feels like maybe we're getting a little bit more. But when we look at our actual player and the overall that we're at, we really haven't upgraded that much. I think we went up maybe 2-3 overall this year. But we do have some more points, so let's go ahead and look to spin those a little bit. Pretty close there, at least getting a few different accuracies. Not enough to do that. Definitely not enough to do that. No, we're sitting at 163. We need a cheap upgrade here. Injury, perhaps? We're going to go with that. We're now a 72 overall. Still don't know why it started us with such a low speed to start off with. Maybe if you go with more of that legend build, you start off with a better speed, not 60. Even though we had originally started with the cap at 92 or something. 6 points here, coach. Looking pretty happy across the board. Just keep that peak fitness going. We're healthy as healthy can be. And I guess we're gonna have to do a little bit of that local hero, which there isn't a negative impact to the grade. Maybe because we're done with grades. Might be. All right, boys are headed to UCLA. We're headed to Indianapolis, Indiana, to face the Ohio State Buckeyes for the Big Ten title. Unfortunately for us, we are not dressed out for this game. We are still sitting quarterback 3. We are the emergency quarterback. Who's it gonna be? We start off with a field goal. Get that ball back. A little bit of back and forth here. Approaching halftime. It's a tie game 3-3. In the second half, we take that 3-point lead back. Back on another 3. It's 6 points. We're into the fourth quarter with a nice lead, but here comes Ohio State. They get on the board, but cannot get the ball back. It is 15-10. The Bruins take home the Big Ten title. And that means your boy Cash Considerations is going to get a Big Ten championship ring and take that to San Jose State. That would be, or Sac State. You know, if we were looking to transfer real life, not getting that starting spot. Who knows? We'll see when we get to the end of the season, but we are headed to the postseason now. Big Ten champs, which first round bye, perhaps? What's the bracket looking like? Yeah, first round bye. Could potentially face the Buckeyes yet again. Somehow they also still get that first round bye, or at least we're aligned for it pre-game. Coach still unhappy, but we do get a nice jump up there. In fact, what kind of pluses are we seeing? Or they don't show us what kind of pluses we're seeing there. I wish we were. Getting a times 0.95. I don't know why. Everything else seems to be doing pretty well here for us. No XP gain for winning that, by the way. We're getting the +3 coach happiness there, +3 coach happiness there. A +9 coach happiness there, but somehow only getting a +0.95. Keep that going well. We could spend some time building up our influencer since there's 0 negative effects for us right now. Keep that leadership nice and high as well. Now got a +5 there with coach. Road dog activated. That's good because we're going to be sitting on the bench. For the rest of the season, we're sitting on the bench. Honestly, maybe we're helping out with the hydration. Yeah, still that times 0.95. Not sure what else coach wants from us. Heisman Trophy ceremony. Who's it gonna be? Not us, we know for sure. Cash considerations.
Greetings and welcome to a very special
Oh, there
moment
is some
on the annual sports calendar.
dialogue.
The Heisman Trophy ceremony presented by EA Sports inside the Tiburon Theater.
Ole
I'm Chris
Miss
Fowler.
Deuce
so
Night.
Proud to bring you Heisman Trophy.
It's a great
night
name.
every year. So many memories come out of this night. Each of these guys have hung out together, got to know each other better, but ultimately,
I'm just
the night's
watching
gonna
this along
belong
with
to
you guys.
one
Arch
guy.
Manning.
One name will be read here, and
40
one man will
touchdowns,
have that
65%
life-changing moment
complete.
and forever be known as a Heisman Trophy winner. These are nervous times for these guys. The announcement just moments
Luke
away. They've gotten to New York City not by focusing on it, but once
Romanoke?
you're here, man, they want to win it. And every
I don't
past
know how to
winner
say
has
that
told
one.
me
We need some
this
help
is
on that.
really a nervous
Bryce
time for them. They're
Underwood.
this close to the
So we had a guy
trophy,
from
but
USF
will they get a chance to lift it?
before that.
It's an honor, of
34
course, to be a
touchdowns,
finalist.
66%.
All these guys have enjoyed their experience,
No one's
but
wearing a chain.
ultimately, the night belongs to one
I don't know
man.
how accurate
We're about
that
to
is.
Find out who's going to be
Let's go with the guy
this
from
season's Heisman
USF.
Trophy winner.
Although I think it's the first guy that we saw pop up, but that's a fun little cutscene.
And one more look at this year's Heisman finalist. One of these guys is about to experience a life-changing moment.
So you got Deuce Knight, Arch Manning,
Okay, we've kept
Luke
them waiting long enough.
Romanoke,
All of us
and
wanna
Bryce
know who's going to win
Underwood.
the trophy for this season. And here we go. This season, the Heisman Memorial Trophy is awarded to Bryce Underwood, junior quarterback.
Bryce Underwood,
LSU.
okay. And they actually said his name too. So I wonder if it'll say every name or only pre-programmed to say the name of the actual players. All right then, Underwood. Why does his hair look blue? Does he have blue hair?
And
Was
one
that just some
final
weird lighting?
congratulations to the newest member of the Heisman Trophy
No,
fraternity.
EA was spending
This
too much
season will
time
forever be known as
putting in
his
transactions rather
Heisman
than
season.
making the hair color correct. Boom, roasted. Bryce Underwood with 25 touchdowns. He won the Heisman. How many rushing touchdowns did he have? Arch had, what, 40, 35? Take a quick peek at those stats real quick. I don't know about that Heisman candidacy win right there. LSU. I mean, he did put up a good chunk of yards. Did have 9 more rushing touchdowns. I don't know. No fumbles. Interesting. Interesting Heisman win right there. No, we're not quitting. We're not done here yet. We got some practice. Still talking about practice? Let's see what drill we get here. We've done better of late. I would like to get coach back to neutral before we peace on out of here. March down the field and complete passes against cover 0. All right, then. You'll earn points for each completion, touchdown you make. Leaving the pocket result in a penalty. Sounds good to me. We got a minute here. So I'm thinking if you're giving me cover 0, give me cover, or just give me some man beaters. Under pressure, though, and we're going to get sacked. No one got open. And I don't have hot routes. Get that catch. Although we may be able to spread things a little bit further down the field here. Because we know we've got some nice one-on-ones. We just need the time to throw. We got picked off by a big man. I mean, we know they're going to be bringing the blitz. That's what cover 0 is all about, right? Pass too far out in front. We got negative points here. That's not what we were looking for. And yeah, I just hit a button on that one. Well, we're not doing too well. Negative 750 points. Because we're constantly under pressure and we can't let any route develop. We just need one man to beat their guy. All we need. Well, we're getting this drag working pretty well. Gonna keep working with that play, I guess. Ooh, under pressure. I got firing off the line right there. Double A gap, they bring it both. That guy took a while to hit this cut. That's great. I'll back us back up. No touchdown. More points behind, too. Well, we're definitely not looking to get a medal on this one, but we are trying to at least not have negative points. And right now, this cover one is playing better than any cover one I've ever seen. Back of the end zone. There's the tutty. We got some positive points. It's about time. No hot routes here still. Under pressure again. That's going to get picked off. And yep, there goes the positive points. It's like it just wants there to be negative points every time. That's a really good change of direction there from a safety who was coming down and instantly flipped his hips to get back upfield. Get it. Get it. Well, that was our final play to end with a positive 250 points. That's not going to make Coach happy. Or neutral. In fact, he might be angry again. How far does it drop? That's a good drop for sure. Can only do so much for you, Coach. It is a team sport. Team ain't doing too much for us. Well, I guess influencer from here on out. We are into a small influencer category. We're just trying to get to the end of the season, but of course we had to go to the post. Cash consideration still sitting in medium unhappy. And we've got Colorado in the Rose Bowl, a home game for us in the playoffs. How many times in that Kent State series did we have to go play against UCLA in the Rose Bowl at the Rose Bowl? Way too often. Considering it was an 8-year series, we made the playoffs, I think, 5 of those years. And I think we played UCLA at home in 2 or 3 of those years. There we go. Once again, jumped into a drill here without ever actually checking what it is. Why didn't you give me points on that one? He caught it inside the mark. That's what I'm saying. They just don't want to give you the points. Oh, that one, a lot of loft. Sorry, don't have my contacts in, right? I don't have contacts in. Glasses are about 5 years old. That one was close. Okay, I thought that route was looking a little bit different. Based off the drawing, not quite the case. There we go. We got a bronze at least. Hit him with another zig. There it is. One more here for us, and it's going to be a long crossing play. I'd be sacked by now. 27 times I'd be sacked. We got a silver. Good way to end it. Just hitting the mark. 7K. Good finishing point. Should have been a gold one, but yeah. It's not what we do around here. It's really not what we do around here in these practices, that's for sure. We've got some XP, though. As our leadership is maxed out. Our fitness is absolutely peak. And we're building a little bit of a following on the social medias. I think we're just posting photos of our abs after the gym. All right, what are we looking at here? Can't get a clean sweep there of those upgrades. Could not actually even get that. That's a perfect upgrade right there. We're now a 73 overall. We've been working on our athleticism. While here at UCLA, not touching so much on the accuracies. Do have that home advantage here. We head to the playoffs. You know, I wanted to be able to go to the playoffs, and well, we're here. We're just sitting third on the depth chart with basically zero chance at us ever gaining the starting spot without everyone else just leaving. It's a touchdown for both sides here in the first. Colorado takes the lead in a winner-go-home matchup. As we approach halftime, it's 10-7 through the break. Colorado now with a 10-point lead. UCLA has disappeared after the first quarter. And it looks to be Colorado, but here comes UCLA late. They need a score, but it doesn't look like they're gonna get it. Bruins once again fall at home in the Rose Bowl. Number 2 loses to number 10, and finally the season looks to come to a close. So just one ring for us, but now we finally get a chance to actually head to the transfer portal, get a look at what it actually looks like, and we'll make a transfer. We'll see if there's anything that is different about that. It's time to get on over and look to put this one to bed. My thoughts remain the same. Quarterback road to glory is very messy. Go to a school, if you're going to do a quarterback, go to a school that you are going to start immediately. You're not going to be able to work up the depth chart based off of how the line and the receivers play in practice. Coach is just going to hate you. If we're being honest, he's just going to hate you. Hopefully, that's not the same with like running back, tight end. I haven't used defense yet, so I can't say anything for that side yet. I hope it's similar to the tight ends and the running backs, but very much it seems like you got to decide to go where you're going to play first. Hey, Cash, now that the season is over, I wanted to thank you for your work. I'm still reading that. There are a lot of things we can take away. I'm still reading from this season, both as a team and individually. And moving forward, I wanted to talk to you about your future here. You've been a quality player and even a better teammate. Every other player I've talked to has had nothing but great things to say about you. Sorry, hit the mic. And we need more guys like this around the program if we want to establish the culture we strive for. We're offering you an upfront NIL package of plus 20 academics, plus 27,900 brand, plus 130 coach trust, plus 15 leadership, plus 30 skill points only, and plus 1 fitness. If we haven't already made it clear we want you to return, we know that you have a big decision to make. We think you have more to accomplish here in Pasadena. So this is new, and I like this. It gives you a reason to potentially stay. Now, I don't know if you could still go back to UCLA and if this offer is still on the board, even if you do go to the portal, right? But we learned that if you're really going to see upgrades, you've got to be basically playing. If you're a quarterback, at least, because practices are borked, right? So we're going to enter the portal. I appreciate everything, Coach, but I think but I think I'll be looking for a new opportunity. Greener pastures, news leaks that you're entering the transfer portal this offseason. Players leaving, upgrade player, nothing for me to do here. So it kind of goes through, I guess, a little bit more of the offseason. At least makes you go through one more loading screen. Now, that does make me wonder, off-season recruiting week 1 of 4. So did we just not get any offers from anyone? Or do we make the decision where we want to go after the recruiting weeks? Is that how a road to glory can come to an end? You're just not on a roster? Official offer, okay. Air Force, Miami of Ohio, should say, South Carolina. View your offers in the transfer portal. You also have 17 more offers. Okay. Enter transfer portal. So you're going to get at least an offer. We can go be QB1 for San Jose State. They would put us in over Whit Neubauer. We could be QB1 for Cincinnati. Sun Devils, not quite. One of those... Buckeyes, QB6. I love that. recruiting me. And then you have some other schools. So it keeps your original board, right? And then it adds some other schools. Sorry if I'm bouncing around a little bit. It's getting that time, right? That is interesting. I do like that setup. So it looks like you could definitely look to go somewhere else. But that is where we're going to hold things off here for cash considerations. We got to the off season. It looks like they did make a little bit of some adjustments. But overall, personally, I'm not that impressed with Road to Glory. Especially it's hardened by the fact that they put that paywall in there. Leave your thoughts on that and make sure you are sharing hashtag CFB play don't pay. Be your part in helping try to convince EA to fix their mistake. But that is where we're going to cut things off here for today. We'll be back tomorrow running through a dynasty before we start our official one on release day. Until then, thank you guys for being here today, and we will see you later.